unlearned. That's all.
All right. So we're on. I believe, yeah, we're live.
Are we live?
Yep.
Cool. All right. So my name is Rick Hummer. Who else is on the line with us? DMARBLE and who else?
All right. Yeah, it's just myself. Got IPS and Vegan Warriors in the house. Let's do this.
How's everybody doing?
I feel all right. Everybody got your popcorn out? All right. Let's run it.
All right. If you have nothing to hide, let's go ahead and state your full name. Real full name. Rick Hummer right here. Richard Harris Hummer. Who's next?
My name's Daryl Dwayne Marble. I've put my identification on multiple videos. Showed a snippet from my birth certificate, driver's license, old military ID. Yeah, I'm as real as they come, and I've proven that multiple times. I've made a video addressing this personally. You know, it's called "What's My Name?" part of the Addressing the Madness series that I made back in December. So I'm Daryl D. Marble. Period. Anybody else?
I don't want to make this personal, and it has nothing to do with me. If you want my name, it's out there. I've been doxxed. And since you're bringing it here, listen, it's not personal, and it shouldn't be. We just have some very basic questions, so there's no reason to make it ugly. Okay?
Whoa. Stop right there. First of all, I saw that you talked about me for how many hours? You can listen to me for a minute, buddy.
Rick, I try to call you first. I have emails to prove it, and I left messages on your YouTube with my number. And I try, not just you, but
on my YouTube. Hold on. First and foremost,
on the Rolan Reddy YouTube account, I tried to contact you. I left my number, and I had your number, and I called you. You didn't call me back.
Okay. So wait.
Friends of mine. You spoke to Earth Pond. You didn't speak to me. You had the opportunity to call me. You didn't. So don't even
check my.
Don't make this about me.
Right there.
Don't make this about me.
It is about you.
No, it's not.
You did something stupid.
Okay, well, somebody
really stupid.
Somebody
you
was
did
lying.
something really stupid. That's what you did.
Wrong.
Can you admit that you did?
Yeah,
something
I saw through a stupid costume and a really ill thought out skit. Don't call me.
You don't even know what the skit is. You don't even know what the skit is. You have no clue what the skit is. You have no idea what I've been working on.
A dumb redneck yokel speaking Neil deGrasse Tyson. Was that planned or ambushed? Was that planned with him? Did you plan it with him?
Of course I planned it.
Oh, you planned it with him. It wasn't ambushed?
No, I didn't say it with him.
Oh, it was planned. Okay, that's all we needed to know.
Stop
just a second.
Stop right there, you
That's different than I've been told.
Hold on.
You're being stupid again. You're being stupid again. You're jumping the gun.
Stop. Wait. Let's not call names real quick.
Exactly.
I don't
know. Thank you. No ad hominem attacks, bro.
No.
Hey, Rick. Rick, don't call me stupid.
Let me.
Don't call me stupid, Rick.
You are being unlearned. You're being unlearned. Look up the word.
Don't call me stupid.
Look up the word. Okay.
I know what the word means. Thank you.
Okay, well, then don't do it. Don't be it. So there you go. If the shoe fits, wear it. So here's what I'm going to say.
Don't be a liar.
I'm not a liar. I'm not a liar.
I'll let the people who sort this out figure that out. But I want to know why I was told.
Let the people that sort this out. Whoa.
I'm talking about the people in the chat room listening right now.
Stop right there. Stop right there. I don't care about people. I don't need numbers, bro. You're the one trying to get numbers. You're trying to get money off my name.
Fuck
by
that.
Doing 3-hour shows. Oh, what? What?
I do not monetize my channel, bro, and I don't even have.
You were just talking about it. It was on your channel, man. You don't think people's got screenshots of this? You don't think that people recorded what you said? Are you foolish?
I got screenshots of you lying. I have screenshots of you using the name Jesus to tell people that they're bearing false witness for seeing through your costume. Do you gaslight people in the name of Jesus?
No. You had people swearing up and down that I was Pete Santilli.
I got you on 5 different.
You didn't get me on anything.
You and Celebrate Truth talking to a guy named The Way on YouTube saying, those of you accusing me of wearing a costume are bearing false witness and Jesus is watching. God designed you with 5 fingers and 4 pointing back at you for every time you point out. Like you were accusing people of shit using Jesus's name, and that's very offensive, man. For a Christian.
Oh, it's not offensive. It's not offensive because what you're trying to do is
I'm offended.
You're trying. No.
That's 2 commandments broken. Lying and false witness, bro.
Oh God.
2 fucking commandments.
What was my?
You're the one.
And did you just drop an F-bomb while you're trying to talk about the Bible and the commandments? Did you really?
All right, wait a minute.
Really? Keep talking. If I can somebody enough rope,
I'm not the Christian.
If I can interject for a moment,
and you don't even know the scriptures, dude.
If I can interject for a moment,
I know you're not supposed to bear false witness.
Let's try to watch the language. Okay. And let's
When
let me
did you
see,
find
let me
out,
see.
D? When did you find out
When I find out what?
that Rick Rolan was?
Oh,
What,
oh, there.
let me ask you this. What is the what do you think?
hold on.
What do you think I'm doing?
Wait. Look, hold on. Look, I found out that Rick was rolling Reddy on the way to the airport after the conference. I had no idea.
That's not what you said at the beginning of your last live stream. I mean, I just want to know who knew what and why is it being hidden from the rest of us?
What did he say? What did he say about the beginning of his last live stream?
Is this
No,
thing wrong?
hold on. What did I say in the last live stream?
Well, that's what someone was asking in the chat. When did you find out about this thing? Did you find out over there, or did you find out today, just the other day? When did you find out that this charade was going on and we were left out of it? The flat Earth community was left out of it.
We were left out of it.
We were left out.
You were left out of it. Is that what's wrong? Is that what's the matter that somebody didn't call poor little IPS and tell him what somebody was up to? Is that what it is?
No, it's that you had the chance to meet with Neil deGrasse Tyson and you looked like a dumb redneck instead of asking something intelligent or appearing intelligent as yourself.
Oh, I see.
So it looked really bad. It looked like a soft hit piece on the flat Earth movement, and a lot of us didn't appreciate it.
That's according to you.
And
that's according to you.
And I see through
this.
That's
according
other
to
people
your
saw through
opinion.
it, and you're calling us bad for seeing
anything.
I saw through
anything.
I saw through your buck teeth. I saw through your fake Christian attitude on the internet. You know what? You know what?
You did. My
I don't even know you.
On the internet.
I don't want to know you. I don't give a shit about this. We just wanted some answers. We got the answers. It was an ambush. We're tired of being lied to. You're not going to lie to somebody.
It wasn't. It was a
like one of the biggest
ambush. What are you talking about? You're silly, dude. You're so piped up on yourself that you only hear what you want to hear. Earlier you asked, and let me speak because you went on for hours, man. You and your boys went on for hours talking about me, using slanderous behavior and words and verbiage and everything that looks
Do you
really
justify
bad.
your behavior lying in the name of Jesus? Doesn't that bother you, bro?
What was I lying about saying in the name of Jesus? What are you talking about? When did I say God told me to come do this?
I've got screen caps.
Are you talking about the character Rolan Reddy?
Oh, so you can play character and lie in the name of Jesus to people who are legitimately questioning your costume.
Jesus is watching. Did I say Jesus is watching in the text?
Yes, you did. Do I need to bring up those? Do I need to bring up those?
Lie.
No, that's not what you said. You said that they were bearing false witness for seeing you through your costume. That's
not what they. That's
pretty messed up, man.
They were trying to say Pete Santilli. Dude, keep it in text. Keep it in the context.
Lie's a lie is a lie.
No. The problem is you guys falsely accused the first time and got caught up in your own nonsense then. So then it's been on your mind this long because Rolan Reddy we haven't been going on the social media getting this stuff done. You got busted the first time around for making a false accusation. No, I'm not. No, I'm going to talk because I listened to you yippity yip, and you're still doing it. And there's a reason why you took your videos down.
No, I called you first.
You never called me.
I took the video.
When did you call me? When did you call my phone?
The day I found out.
When did you call?
When did you
call my phone?
I'll pull it up right now. Earthpond gave me your number. I tried to call you before this. I tried to call you, didn't answer. You had
opportunity to reach out. Other people could call me. Dude, wait, whoa. Hold on a second. So because you tried calling my number from an unknown number and I didn't answer, that gave you the right to go on this big long thing saying, "Well, he didn't answer." I sent him a message on his YouTube channel. Just that. I sent him a message on his YouTube channel too. Guess what?
Don't make this about me, Rick. This is about you.
It is about you.
This is about you.
You're the one that
this is about you.
Doing this, man.
Why? No, this is about you.
It is. No. This is about you. This is about you getting caught.
This is about you lying about ambush journalism when it was scripted. This was scripted, man.
It wasn't scripted with Neil deGrasse Tyson.
It was planned.
You bozo. It was planned on my end. And you know what? If people want to know how it happened and how easy it was to do, they can find out in 45 days. That's how it's going down. And if you don't like that, of course I'm going to tell it. But I'm not going to tell it because you're kicking and screaming like a little girl. I'm telling
honestly,
you,
man,
I'm going to tell you the truth.
I don't give a damn about your project. It's none of my business. In fact, I don't give a shit.
Well, then there you go. Then shut up. Then
you don't owe me an explanation.
If you don't like it, then shut up.
If you
don't want to know about it, then shut up.
I saw through your costume. I saw through your costume. And I wanted to know some answers.
I'm glad.
One more question. Was this done to mock Mad Mike, the redneck rocket scientist, or was it just a coincidence that you had
I'm glad you brought that up. I'm glad you brought that up. Have you done any research on Rolan Reddy at all? Did you Google it?
I'm asking.
No, I'm asking you.
I'm asking you if it was a coincidence.
The answer is no.
Was it a coincidence?
No, it was not done about Mad Mike.
Was it a coincidence?
I didn't know who he was.
You didn't know who he was?
Hughes was.
You didn't know who he was?
Not a clue, dude. I never even
Sure
heard
about
of
that?
you until this happened. Okay.
Really?
So as far as that goes, yeah, really. So let me ask you this. When was Neil deGrasse Tyson in South Bend, Indiana? When was he in South Bend, Indiana? Do you know? No, I'm asking.
This is not about me.
No, it is about you. Because you're asking me questions, I'm going to ask you questions. That's how the conversation goes. That's why you got Daryl in the mix. No, you got Daryl in the mix. You got David in the mix. You got Robbie in the mix. You started throwing out all kinds of stuff out there, dude. You guys were.
Do you know who the Flat Earth Collective is? Hey, do you know who the Flat Earth Collective is?
Nope. I don't.
Are you sure?
Yes. I don't know offhand. If it's saying Flat Earth Collective, no idea what that means.
Okay, just making sure you don't know who they are. Because that's an important point. But I wanted to ask you. I'll talk to you.
Let me go back.
Hold up. I want to know who they are. Who's the Flat Earth Collective?
The Flat Earth Collective is a group of people online who have been trying to get me off the internet for the last 9 months. And the other day, they sent me a death threat, and I can read it for you if you'd like it. And it has to do with this event. You don't want to hear it. You don't want to hear it. Okay, that's fine. That's fine.
No, I don't want to hear it. I don't care. And here's the reason why.
I didn't think so.
Here's the reason why I don't care. Because I think your death threat's probably made up because you're making a bunch of other stuff up. Now, here's the other thing. You're only hearing what you want to hear. The other thing is, let me say this. I asked you a question. When did Neil deGrasse Tyson go to South Bend, Indiana for a show? Did you Google that? Did you even look? I mean, I'm going to find out your investigative skills here. So
I'm not investigating. I didn't come up with this.
Wait.
Someone brought it to me. I didn't find this out.
Wait. You spent three and some hours on one show alone. I think
discussing the ramifications of the leadership of Flat Earth.
No. That's not all what you said. That's not what all you said. That's not what all you said.
Why do you think people care?
Did you say anything slanderous?
Do you not understand? Do you not understand why people give a shit about this? Do you not know why it's a big deal?
Are you kidding me, dude? You're asking me that? Wait. How many? Whoa. Stop right there. You're gonna sit here and act like I quit trying to act like you're helping everybody here, because you're not.
I'm not trying to help. I'm trying to answer on behalf of people who asked me. They said, "Hey, this guy is putting this weird redneck thing in front of Neil deGrasse Tyson. We want to know what it's about and why is this being kept secret from the rest of us."
And you know what? Just because somebody demands answers right then, I'm telling you, hold on, because I'm still working on something, and it's actually going to be fun, and it's actually going to be a big surprise. And I can't wait for other people to see who's all involved in this, because then they're going to be like, "Holy crap, this is awesome!" Because
well, here's how we felt. Okay, a lot of people said to me they felt like the butt of the joke.
I already heard enough.
We're the butt of the joke.
I've already heard enough of you. I've already heard enough of what you think.
Why do you think we need a yokel to represent us? Why does it have to be a yokel?
Hold on. Wait. Did you not understand that Roland's not a flat earther? You didn't know that? You didn't know that?
I didn't say no. What I said is, you have this yokel.
Wait. The yokel.
You know what Neil said? Neil said, "This is evidence of the failure of the educational system." And you're like, "Yuck. I agree with you, but I'm looking into it."
No, I didn't.
You made flat earthers look stupid. You put Neil deGrasse Tyson's side on that script.
No, I did not.
That's what it looks like.
I did not. Oh,
this is a failure of the American educational system. It looked like shit.
You know what I said right after that?
It's a horrible skit.
I said right after that? Oh, you don't even know what it is. You haven't seen the whole skit. Goofball, that's what's wrong with you. You think you know more than you do. That's what's going on with you. It's a goofy.
I guess I'm not in the club that gets
secrets.
That's fine. But look, you're messing with people with their minds, because we're the same people who call out the fake school shootings. We call it the fake terror attacks. We see fakery from our own side, and you're telling us
I see it too.
You're saying, "Oh, you're terrible for seeing through my buck teeth." And then I saw how you treated people. You treated the people in your YouTube chat like crap, saying, "How dare you accuse me of wearing a costume? Jesus is watching." That's messed up, man.
Whoa. What you have to understand.
Are you going to apologize for that?
No, what I'm telling you.
You're not going to apologize for what you did, even though you were lying to a subscriber who was legitimately asking you if you were participating in a psyop because they saw this as satanic. They see the whole globe thing as satanic. They see it as evil. And so here you are saying,
"Oh, it is. It is totally satanic.
Jesus is watching you." It is.
And was that person accusing? Were those people accusing Rolan, Reddy, quote unquote, the character of being Pete Santilli?
No, they were accusing you of being a part of a skit.
No.
They're accusing you of being part of a skit that was tricking everyone.
Look above that.
I have all the comments.
Just stop.
Dodge, tap dance. You know what? Dodge responsibility.
Of course. Let me ask you something. If somebody's working on a project quietly, let me ask you something. let's just say this, because this is nowhere near the scale nor the budget, but let's just say that they're making another, say, Avengers movie. Let's just say that they're going to go, all right, well, let's make one more, but let's not tell anybody
I'm not
what we're
going to
doing.
criticize your project. I'm just curious. I'm criticizing your conduct regarding it and how you're acting in the name of Flat Earth, saying, I'm going to do something great for the community. And it involves this ridiculous looking character. And Neil deGrasse has the chance to call us a bunch of uneducated morons.
And you know what's really bothering you? Because you don't know. You don't know what's going on. You don't know what the project's about. So you're really bothered by it.
Maybe I don't like the way,
because you're not in it. Well,
no, I'm tired. I'm tired of straw man.
So
I'm tired of flat
straw
earthers.
Man. You're a straw man. You are a straw man. Yes, you are. You went on.
You know what a straw man is? I am so tired of flat earthers being ridiculously misrepresented in the media as unintellectual, as ridiculous, and then here you are adding fuel to their fire, and it makes me wonder. Well,
really, I'm adding fuel to their fire. Let me ask you something. How many people actually saw that video? How many people actually saw the video?
How many people read the quote by Neil deGrasse Tyson? That went viral. Neil deGrasse Tyson's quote about how flat Earth is a sign of the failure of the American education.
He said that on everything. That's his slate card. I've seen him say that on other interviews, dude. I don't know what you're thinking. I don't know what you're thinking. He says that all the time. So you're obviously not paying attention again. So once again, let me ask you something. Because your whole argument the other night was you accused me. He took Mad Mike. He took our Mad Mike. He took our Mad Mike. When did Mad Mike contact you? I think I heard you say it was June of last year, right? Wasn't it June of last year that Mad Mike contacted you? Is that what you said? Weren't those your words on your own broadcast that you took down off of YouTube once you realized that you were in the wrong?
No,
go ahead, tell me. When did he contact you?
Down the videos.
Let me ask you when he took down.
I took down. No, I took the videos.
No, let me ask you when Mad Mike. I don't care. Let me ask you this. When did Mad Mike contact you? When did he contact you?
Well, first he contacted the Daily Plane.
I don't care. When did he contact you?
Wait, why are you shifting the blame to me? I'm not the one who lied to a lot of people.
I'm asking. No, oh, yeah, you did. But go ahead. When did Mad Mike? I'm showing how ridiculous you are, man. I'm showing how ridiculous your investigative skills are.
I'm not buying it.
I know you're not, because you're looking stupid. And here's my question again.
Wait, I thought you said you weren't going to call me stupid.
Wait, yeah, okay, look. Hey, language and name calling.
My fault.
We're going to have to tone that down, guys. IPS, I heard you drop an F-bomb. Hey. Yeah. You too, buddy.
Sorry about that.
From now on, if anybody says anything bad, it's a $5 demerit. All right, so here we go.
Right.
Hey, let's just do this, man. We're not going to see eye to eye. I'm over it.
I don't care.
I'm done talking about it.
I
deleted the videos
because you realized it was because you've realized that enough people you trust are actually part of the production. They're going to be part of the story. They actually get it, dude. And you're sourpuss because you can't admit the fact that you weren't involved. And you just want to know, just like you said, everybody else.
I wouldn't have. I got behind a real rocket scientist. I got behind a real rocket scientist who actually launched something.
Yes.
Not some guy pretending to be a dumbass on TV. And what my guy did.
And my point to you is you got behind a guy
that he was a welfare whore. And he said not only that, but he also called out NASA as being fake. He didn't go kiss Neil deGrasse Tyson's ass.
Okay, good. And I didn't either. I did it in character.
This is not going anywhere. This isn't going anywhere. You're going to make it about me? Fuck that. I have nothing to do with this.
I know.
I'm doing this.
Guys,
this is not about me. This is about you lying to people in your chat room and gaslighting them in the name of Jesus Christ. That's messed up and you won't own it.
Wow.
You're dodging responsibility. It looks bad.
I didn't gaslight anybody. When I was in character typing, I was in character typing.
Well, then I was in character when I was live streaming. I was in character when I was live streaming, so it wasn't slander.
No.
Don't dodge responsibility.
You don't understand.
Grow up.
I'm not dodging responsibility. Me grow up. Listen to you.
Put on your buck teeth. That way, nothing you say matters anymore. Put on a costume so you don't have to.
See, what you don't understand is, okay, you know what? Guess what? Then guess what? If people witnessing to others, okay, and telling people, hey, John 3:16, for God so loved the world that he did, he gave his only begotten son, that whosoever shall believe in him shall not perish but have everlasting life. Now, if somebody has their hand up in a puppet doing that for kids at VBS, is that wrong? Is that wrong? Is that wrong for people to actually go into character to talk about Jesus and to actually give a message? No. Dude, you don't know the Bible. You already said you don't believe. So I read the Bible. Answer to you. Oh, okay, so what? I read Stephen King. I read,
no, but I mean, I know what it says about false witness.
Bearing false witness. And what does false witness mean? What does false witness mean? Go ahead. Tell me what go ahead. You're on. Here's your floor. Go ahead. Tell us what your meaning of bearing false witness means. Let's hear it.
Well, in context.
Tell me what it means in the Bible.
In context, somebody said to you, I think you're wearing a costume to make Flat Earth look crazy. And you said, you're bearing false witness and Jesus is watching and God wouldn't appreciate this. And the person who's saying it was called the Way. This was a Christian believer.
Sure. And what did wait, what was their first line? I believe what? I believe what? I believe that you are wearing a costume to
No, that's
what?
paraphrasing. I can get the exact quote if you want it.
Okay, but okay, well go ahead. Go ahead. I want to hear it.
Okay, so here what I'm thinking is
here's my, Daryl, let me say this because I listened to these guys forever. Okay. I didn't listen the whole time, but I mean I had it on the garage. I would just hear a few things here and there. I'm like, oh my gosh. I was actually on the phone with Robbie Davidson doing stuff for a conference when this came up. I had no idea about it at all. I didn't know what was going on. So here's what I'll say. These guys tried making an accusation on their show, which is whatever. I don't even know how many people were watching. So it may have gone viral. I have no idea. I don't know. So I doubt it, but here's my thing. The beautiful part about this is that they're trying to create something that's not there because they weren't in on the know. And because they weren't in on the know and they think, oh my gosh, it's a stupid costume. It's this and that. Listen, the message that came in on YouTube, the person said, everyone said you're out to make flat earthers look stupid. And they're wrong. They are so wrong. It's not even funny. And I'll leave it at that because there's like I said, there's something bigger than just this simple little thing that's going on that they think they've got figured out. It's a lot bigger than that. I have not hidden anything other than I was actually working on a project so that it would actually kind of stay under wraps so that you could actually have real correspondence with people when you go up to them and talk and they don't know it's Rick Hummer. Now, if I had told people, I'm going to go do this project and I'm going to go up and talk to Mark Sargent, I'm going to go up and talk to DMARBLE. Now, Daryl, let me ask you something. When we were at the conference and you didn't know I was Rolan, and I went up, I had just, the other thing was beautiful. I don't know if you remember this or not, but we were standing in the lobby talking right there. And all of a sudden I disappeared for like 3 minutes, dude. I actually ran to the room, changed, came back down and came right up to you immediately and asked you for an interview. What'd you do?
Yeah, I had no parts of it. I was like, this dude,
you got away from me.
I'm like, this dude looks crazy. You wearing a NASA jacket.
Okay, I found the quote. Hey, DMARBLE, I found the quote here. So somebody called the Way says, to celebrate truth, hey, I know you didn't buy this, so you must be a part of this ridiculous mockery of flat earth and flat earthers. Jesus is watching you. Okay, so your response, Roland, was, oh, brother, Jesus is watching you make false accusations.
That's right.
That wasn't a false accusation.
It is a false accusation. What is the accusation again? Read the accusation
that you were playing a character making flat earthers look crazy. That you were playing a character.
Read it again. Read it again. Read it again. What's it say?
Jesus is watching everybody. He's watching you make false accusations too.
All right.
Pointing here. No. Read it again. Read it again. Hold on.
What?
Please, Daryl. Let him repeat that again.
I'm about to
pointing a finger at someone else points 3 back at you. God made 4 fingers in each hand, and you're outnumbering yourself. So here you are chastising this guy, invoking God and Jesus.
Oh, no.
How dare you bear a false accusation when
no. Once again, go back. The guy says you're out to make flat earthers look stupid. Did he not say that? Isn't that what he said at the very beginning of that statement? Is that what he said?
Yeah.
Is that what he said?
Is that
what he said? Yes or no? It's a yes or no question, man. Come on. Is that what he said?
Yeah, I'll read it again.
Thank you.
Okay. Well, first he said to celebrate truth. I know you didn't buy into this. This must mean that you're a part of this ridiculous mocking of flat earth and flat earthers. Jesus is watching you.
Yes, yeah, mocking. Okay. So you're saying that I'm mocking flat earthers in that costume? Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm not saying. The guy
that's
wrote
what
that
guy wrote.
The guy wrote it.
Said that's what the costume was doing, was mocking flat earthers.
In the context of the chat, he's calling this thing out as staged, as a mockery,
to make flat earthers look stupid,
which is his opinion. It's his opinion, and calling it staged,
and guess what?
And it was
his opinion was wrong, which means it's a false accusation.
No, a wrong opinion or opinion you don't agree with doesn't. It's not the same thing. Apples and oranges.
The problem here is that this whole thing is not about. This isn't making people look.
You didn't have to leave your comments open, and you didn't have to lie to one of your own subscribers.
And I'm offended. Lie to a subscriber. You can be offended all you want. You probably got a trophy playing Little League and didn't win a game. I don't care. Here's my point to you, bro. You spent a lot of time making false accusations and saying something silly. Once again, I'll go back to this. You made the accusation that I took some idea about Mad Mike Hughes from you. The guy didn't contact you until June. let's go back again. Now, when did Rolan Reddy come out? When was Rolan Reddy actually a character? Do you know? Do you know how long Rolan Reddy's been around? Do you even know who Rolan Reddy is? You have no idea. You did no research, did you? You have no idea. Now, here's the other thing. Neil deGrasse Tyson, let me help you out since you didn't seem to figure out how to Google it. Neil deGrasse Tyson came into South Bend, Indiana in March. In March of last year. Mad Mike Hughes and you guys, I don't even think you guys made any contact with each other till what, June? And then you're going to sit here and say, well, I got a real rocket scientist. I got a guy that went up in a rocket. How high did he go? Let me ask that. How high did he actually go in the steam rocket? Can somebody give me the number?
It was never intended to go high enough to prove anything.
So then what? So what was the point?
Oh, you didn't research it? The point that everybody seemed to...
No, I didn't research it. I didn't research it. I didn't know it. That just shows you right there. I didn't have anything to do with Mad Mike.
But then you just asked me how high it went, and you said it with the implication it didn't go high enough. So you tell me how high it went.
I'm asking. I don't know.
Okay. Wait, Rick. The rocket that Mad Mike Hughes put together, I believe it. I heard it went somewhere around 1,500 feet, and I mean
1,500 feet.
Something like that. No, it wasn't high enough to prove anything. And
so what was the point?
Just a second. The media was saying that Mad Mike was putting together his own rocket to prove flat Earth, and that was not what he was doing. He was just putting together a rocket, a steam powered rocket, because that's what he felt the need to do. The thing was that IPS pulled some money together in order to get a sticker, basically saying no, that said research flat Earth on the side, right?
Cool, awesome.
Okay, well, I mean that's the thing. So they're saying, well, yes, Mad Mikey is a flat earther. Was he putting together a steam powered rocket in order to prove flat Earth? No, but he did happen to have a sticker on the side of his rocket that said research flat Earth. So that, from what I saw, cool. was IPS pulling funds together to get people to pay attention to that rocket that said research flat Earth. Now, ultimately, the public perception of what Mad Mike did, I mean, it kind of didn't hold any weight because he didn't get high enough to prove anything. He, the parachute did deploy, and then he's came back to the ground and he was in the hospital for like 3 days. So it didn't really prove jack. And I mean, ultimately, that kind of made flat Earth look bad, but we carry on. We continue. Okay. Regardless, they're always going to try to make us look crazy. Always. And we all go about things in our different ways. Okay, Rick, you do your thing with Rolan Reddy. IPS, for some reason or another, man, I've seen you go head first into this whole mocking Illuminati thing. Now, people have said you're a Mason, you're a shill. I'm saying there was the stream you did with Jake when you flashed the 666. You have people go on people's super chat and donate $6.66 or whatever.
What's his name?
Hold on,
okay,
Rick.
Sorry, Daryl.
I'm saying you do things like that. Now, I look at it from my perspective as people are going to say that you're a shill, so you're just going head first into the whole situation and saying, screw it. If you're going to say I'm a shill, then I'm going to act like I'm a shill. And you were making shirts that said 33 and had a penguin on it and all that. And people were saying that you were doing stuff to make flat Earth look crazy by putting the penguin out there. I didn't come and confront you about that because I'm saying IPS is still getting people to become more active. He's still out here doing his thing. He's raising money to put projects together. I saw what you were doing. I'm not worried about so much what people do as far as their character goes. I'm looking at what you do for the movement. You've been doing stuff. You inspired me to scribble on my van the flat Earth stuff that I got on this thing. You were out here raising money to have these flat Earth billboards put up. And from that, and as far as I knew, you were like the first one to put that together. And from that spawned multiple more flat Earth billboards than we can count at this point. So kudos to you for doing what you do. But the fact that you do that Illuminati stuff mockingly, more than likely, that still makes you look like a shield, and that's why people will come after you. But we have to understand that we all come at this thing from a different angle. Okay, yep. You're not gonna do things the way that I do. Rick's not gonna do things the way that you do. Okay, I'm not gonna do things the way that you do. We all come at this from a different angle because we're all trying to get the truth out of here. But when we get into this dramatic crap about trying to call each other shills or you did this wrong and you did this wrong, there's no time for it, man.
Exactly.
Because we're all getting screwed by the same people.
That's it. Boom. Thank you, Daryl. Well put.
Awesome, Daryl. I got something to say. IPS, I lost a lot of subs defending you.
because I run a straight Christian channel, and a lot of Christians don't get what you're doing. But I agree with Daryl 100%. You have done a lot for the community, and I support you. You're 33 and all that nonsense, childish crap you do. Totally do not agree with that. But you do get some results, and I 100% agree with that. And so I'm kind of really curious why you're busting Rick here, for this costume thing. Maybe Rick didn't make the wisest of choices. Maybe he confused a few people, but so I've on my channel. Why bust him out and be this way when I've lost subs over you and for nothing defending you and some of the silly crap you do. I mean,
Sure.
why do that, IPS?
Sure.
Why?
Appreciate
we're on
that.
your side. We're on your side, man. I don't get it.
Yeah, seriously, we got your back, man. Look, Tim, come on, man. I've called you just to see how you're doing, man, because I see people attacking you all the time. I see people, have screwed with your channel to the point to where you're not even on YouTube anymore. And every now and then I'm like, man, I wonder how IPS is doing. For God's sake, I was about to pick up my old phone. I got to charge up my old phone. I got a new phone. I was going to put look, just going to call you up. How you been doing, man? What's up? Dude, this is what I do. I just connect with people, man. I just connect. I'm the connector. I'm not sitting here calling people out because it's not necessary. It's not helpful. So, because while you're calling this person a shill, you're saying this person's making flat earth look bad. Look, why are we worried about because we are flat earthers? The general community thinks we look bad because we don't believe the same sheepish groupthink that they prescribe to. Okay, so I mean, just by you saying the earth is flat, we're going to look bad in society's eyes. Who cares what they think? Because our numbers are only growing. You feel me?
Yep.
Right. No, I agree with you. And Mike, I appreciate that. I definitely enjoy your channel and your breakdown of augmented virtual reality on the ISS. I think that was key to me, helping a few people understand the fakery up there, or down here rather, that they pretend is up there. Yeah, as far as like my opinion about this skit shouldn't matter. In fact, it doesn't matter. It's not my skit. It's their thing. I think what I am doing here is I am voicing an opinion that a lot of people around me have also voiced. They're saying this is a group of people, conspiracy researchers, people who are seeing that the media is lying to us on every front about everything from our past to the present. They're lying about everything they can possibly lie about. And so here we are trying to achieve a level of certainty about things by perceiving reality, not having it spoon-fed to us by the devil's church, which is what the mainstream media is. It is controlled by the government. And all of the people you see on TV, all these fake scientists like Neil deGrasse Tyson, they are working for essentially the New World Order. We know this. This is their doctrines. This is the doctrines of devils. They're evil.
So wait, but are you flashing hand signs like that in your videos then? Is that true?
I've been accused of being a devil worshiper and a shill, and and a Jew and all this other stuff by Christian flat earthers who are really bigoted about that kind of stuff at times. And so I got so sick of it that I was like, screw it. I'm going to say 33. So all these triggered people who are calling me a devil anyway, on these witch hunts anyway. I mean, Morgal called me
but wait,
an Illuminati Jew witch.
Aren't you now portraying somebody you're not then on your videos then? Aren't you being somebody you're not? When if that's what you're saying, you're saying I'm gonna fine. I'll just be somebody I'm not then.
Look,
isn't that what you're doing?
No, you're missing the point. You're missing the point.
Look, Rick, that's what I was saying, man. That's what I was saying. He went head first into it. Basically, like, you're gonna say this about me anyway, so screw it. I'm just gonna go in. Now, I mean, regardless of what he was into back then, the thing is, I'm like, yo, we all have a past of some sort. And people are always going to go back and try to figure out, okay, what did this person do? Let me go find some dirt.
Listen, I mean, I was really open about my involvement in Freemasonry and in Scientology and in Thelema. Like, I've been really open about this stuff. I've studied Wicca. I was raised Catholic. I study because I research everything. I want to know what it's all about. And I've never tried to hide that. And I even told people, it's like, hey, look, ask me anything about any of the degrees, any of the oaths, I'll tell you anything.
Can I ask you a question then?
What's that?
If you don't believe in Yeshua or in Jesus, if you don't believe in any of that, how are you offended in any way, shape, or form about the guy making a false
Good question. Good question. The reason, yeah, no, that's a valid question.
Why are you offended?
That's a valid question.
Well, yeah,
I'm offended
sure.
by the psychologically abusive tactic of gaslighting, because the media does it to us every day. And so when I see the organizer, one of the organizers of a Flat Earth conference, gaslighting people, it hurts my feelings.
I didn't see him gaslight anybody. I honestly, man, it was so long ago. And when I was responding to those people, it were full and ready of being Pete Santilli. And I knew then that the Pete Santilli thing was going to go off like a wildfire, and people actually believed it. I mean, there was actually, if you go back, I think there's comments somewhere on some video. I've got them recorded. But the comment in the comment section was that the person said I would bet my life on it.
Oh, that's messed up. Well, hey,
oh my God.
Will you concede on one thing?
That.
Will you concede one point that there's a reason why people might find it offensive that somebody that they're trusting is colluding with some media personality that we all know very well, misrepresenting themselves? Well, whether you were or not, the fact is you went up there misrepresenting yourself, and so we're left asking questions. Well, who is this?
Let me ask you something.
I'm tired of the Robbie Parkers. I'm tired of the David Hoggs. I'm tired of all the actors and crisis actors and deceivers out there. I don't want it on my own side.
Come on, man. I dressed up as a rodeo clown and walked up to somebody famous with a camera, knowing that if I walked up as Rick Hummer, what was going to happen? What was going to happen?
You could have asked. That's your thing. That's your skit. We're not talking about that. We're talking about.
What would I have said to Neil deGrasse Tyson that could have been used for a project I was working on that actually was like a godsend? I couldn't believe him. No way.
Okay, well, again, my opinion on your project is irrelevant. What I want to know is,
as far as running into Neil deGrasse Tyson and doing what I did, it's so funny because you guys were sitting there saying nobody could get close to him, nobody could do this, nobody could do this. Dude, I did do it, and I did it dressed up as a freaking rodeo clown, man. So don't say it can't be done, because it was done and it happened, and that's the bottom line. And it didn't come off the shirt tails of Mad Mike Hughes. It came off the fact that I've been doing this character for, I think, probably going on 7 years. And this character has been used in several different things and punking people. You know, it's kind of funny. You know the guy that says, what you're looking at here is a mirage.
Mm-hmm.
You know that? You know
Tom
who that
Combs.
is?
Yeah, Tom Coombs.
I know that knucklehead.
Okay. He works at a certain station here in my market. Rolan Reddy has been on that station 3 times and they didn't know it was me, dude. I've punked the news with that character. I punked Travis Pastrana with that character. I punked my own family on 4th of July one year with that character. This character came about because a friend of mine had a son that got hurt in a motorcycle accident that was sponsored by Tony Stewart Racing. Okay. And he asked if there was anything that I could do to help during a show that they were getting ready to do, as they were preparing for Travis Pastrana and his crew to come into town to do a big, huge benefit for his son. To where we had to go butt up against Viacom because they actually called it the Nitro Circus coming to town, and Viacom was like, no, you can't call it that. So we called it the Nitro Cross instead. And so Pastrana and the entire gang came to town. Now, the entire time that he was coming in, I was Rick, helping out with the marketing side, helping out with buying the advertising, because I knew a lot of the people here in town. So I was helping out on that end. When Pastrana came into town, he only knew Rick, and we actually punked him with Rolan showing up the night before the show when they were doing a meet and greet with all the people that bought special tickets to meet all the guys. And I disappeared and Rolan came in. That was literally like the 3rd time that Rolan had been at the track. That was
IPS.
That's how it started.
So do you know Nick? So do you know Neil deGrasse Tyson, or how long have you known him, or was this
I don't know him at all, dude. You're not listening. You didn't listen earlier.
That's the kind of question people want to know, and so that makes a difference.
It wasn't planned. It wasn't planned for Neil. Had no idea what was going on. I don't know Neil.
Now, do you understand why people would be concerned if you did, though? Do you understand the optics of this whole thing? Why people? And you're dealing with paranoid people who are paranoid for good reason.
Yeah. IPS, you back?
IPS. I have a question for you, bro.
What?
I said I have a question for IPS.
Please proceed.
Yeah, go ahead.
You are. Quick question: are you still a practicing Mason?
You mean like, do I go to lodge meetings? No.
No, I'm asking.
So
Are you a member of a lodge?
Are you a card holder?
No.
Oh, wait, one second.
I got this. I can ask him a question because me and IPS talked about this in the past.
No, I just
I
wanted
want
to
to get some clarity. Are you still a practicing Mason?
No, like I don't go to lodge meetings. Although we did kind of form a lodge in a sense, in Discord. It's the Blue Wrench Lodge, but it's more of a social club. It's not like any secret oaths or anything. Although we did sign something.
Is it recognized by the Masons?
No, this is number 1. This is the Illuminated Order of the Penguin.
Okay, well, I got all that, but I'm talking about the actual historical organization. Are you?
No. As I told you before, I was never really a Mason in the sense that I was like a long-term member or a big part of it. I joined it to learn about it.
He's asking. He's asking.
I wanted first-hand knowledge. Okay, and after I went through it, I stopped going because I am not really someone who likes to hang out.
But you also said you reached 32 degrees. Is that true?
Yes.
A lot of
Blue Lodge.
memorization.
Okay, so
Yeah.
you reached 32 degrees, and you're claiming to be disassociated from the Masons. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't have any even none of my friends are even right now that have are part of it now.
May I ask which lodge were you a member of?
Sure. Hiram 13. I was initiated and raised at San Marshall, in a graveyard.
Okay.
And then after that, San Marshall is where Hiram 13 originally was. It was a flood in the 30s, and they moved it to Albuquerque, where I was. That's where I was. I was actually the last person raised there before they moved it. And then I went to Scottish Rite in Santa Fe.
Okay. And do you recognize Neil deGrasse Tyson as also being a Mason?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. In fact, I did a whole video showing how he and Stephen Colbert were throwing Masonic hand signs on late night TV. That's why I went in. I mean, so I know what I'm seeing.
So hold on a second.
Yeah, he openly admits that he's a Mason. My question to you is, isn't there an oath where you're not supposed to really go against another Mason publicly?
Oh yes, there is.
So you're in violation of your oath.
Yeah, I'm no longer a part of it. Like I don't agree with its. I'm not really a part of it. Like I don't belong to any organization.
But you did take the oath, though. You took a Masonic oath, right? You did.
Took 32 of them. Yes.
Okay, so you actually. So did you ever make it to the chair?
No, I didn't want to. Like you talking about worshipful master. No, I didn't want to spend the time there. I didn't like hanging out. I felt like it was stifling. I mean, there's a huge generation gap. You're talking like, and I'm 21, and these guys are like in their 70s and 80s. There's not a lot there. I mean, it's fun to hang out and talk once in a while, but I didn't want to invest the time in it, and the numbers were dwindling, and I moved on. I just didn't have the time. And I was studying other things as well. I mean, I spent time studying Scientology for the same reason. I want to understand the beast matrix, and you don't understand it by watching YouTube videos made by paranoid people scared of numbers and colors who don't understand what these things actually mean, and I do.
Okay, but the one thing I want to get clear with you, IPS, you have to understand us people that are non-Masons in this conspiracy movement, we are very suspicious of Masons. Very suspicious, especially the track you claim that you've gone, right? Yeah. So you're saying that you reached second to the highest degree. You're no longer associated with the Masonic order, and you know that you shouldn't be speaking out against other Masons.
I'm not a Mason anymore, and I don't really adhere to those oaths. I don't agree with the stuff. I was doing it. I educated myself on it, and I moved on. You know, and I have that experience to draw from. I don't think that's a negative thing. I don't think it detracts from my credibility whatsoever. And I think that I know more about it should be an asset.
You're asking us to have a blind faith.
No, I'm not.
And we don't know your real name.
Is there any way that you can prove that you're no longer associated with the Masonic order?
No, not really. I mean, can you prove you're not a Mason? I mean, you can't really put that on me. Now, what I would say though is that if you reckon,
I can prove
I
I'm
believe
not a Mason.
I'm not a Mason.
I can prove I'm not a Mason. I can definitely prove I'm not a Mason, and I can prove you what my real name is. And
okay, let me ask you this then. Does it concern you that Neil deGrasse Tyson is a Mason?
Absolutely.
Yep.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Yep.
I'm concerned with any person in authority that's in a Masonic order.
Yeah, that's a lot of people are like, well, this guy's rubbing elbows with a Mason. It looks a little shady. If you can at least admit that it looks shady, it would do a lot towards validating people's responses. Because a lot of people feel like, the people I've spoken to on the matter feel like this whole thing, the optics of it kind of made them look like maybe there was something going on with the fact that you're there with a Mason, well-known opposition to flat Earth, and it almost seems a little too chummy. And so if you can at least admit that, I think it would do a lot, because a lot of people are like, well, we feel like our suspicions are valid and they're being invalidated.
I agree. I agree. I mean, we're talking about serious stuff here, and I don't know what the project consists of, but that's on Hummer, you know.
Yep.
The bottom line, in my opinion, is I think there's so much deception in our information and in the media, and so many disingenuous people out there, that I think we should be treading lightly in ensuring that we are real, you know.
Yep.
Because it's so much fakery.
Jesus said it best. He said, "Be as wise as the serpent, gentle as doves." Gentle as a dove.
Again, I've been trying to interject for a while. I'd like to say thank you to Mr. Popzilla. Flat Earthers Unite. You're darn right. I appreciate it. And that's real. That's all I'm saying. That's why we're having this discussion. We want to clear the air on these things. I could host something like this every week. This is great. Let's square this up, man. Let's figure this stuff out. For real, for real. Because
well, the bottom line is this. Nobody knows the storyline. Nobody knows the plot. Nobody knows, other than the fact they got a sneak peek of Neil and this guy that nobody had seen before in the flat Earth community talking, and the guy asks him a question. The one question that was asked did not give any indication that this guy was a flat earther. Nothing. There's nothing in what was released that would make anyone believe, other than their own mind and their own suspicious mind, jumping the gun. And when you jump the gun in a track meet, you only get one. You only get one. And you get to go back to the starting line. You get one false start. That's it. And there was a lot of false starts here in the last week. So what I'm saying is, and even at the very beginning when that was released, because people thought it was Pete Santillan, and people automatically thought Roland Reddy was out to make flat earthers look stupid. And if you go back and listen to the Mark Sargent show, over and over, as the character, I said to Mark, which is all going to be part of the production later, I said to Mark, I'm not a flat earther, man. I'm looking into it. That's all. And the reason why he's looking into it, you'll have to find out why 45 days from now. And that's the whole kit and caboodle. The people jumped the gun, falsely accused, falsely had ideas going through their head. And then the whole thing, dude, the whole thing with the Jesus thing, give it a break, man. That's silly.
Yeah, it's silly. Jesus thing is silly. Fine, whatever.
No,
hey, that's fine.
The
If you're cool with that,
thing,
and hey, listen, it's all good. If you think that's a good look for flat Earth, that's on you. It's like these are differences of opinions. We can have opinions.
Once again,
we can have different opinions.
Once again, that's fine. But the opinion that you have is based off of what you want it to be, and not what the reality is that was in the text. And the problem is that you've had so far is I haven't heard you say, you know what, I was wrong. I was wrong.
Wrong about what? In specific, I'll tell you.
You were wrong about your accusation.
That's an opinion, not an accusation. Rick, that's an opinion, not an accusation. In my opinion, the thing does make flat earthers look dumb. That's not the same thing as an accusation. I don't know your intentions, and that's what we want to find out. That's the reason we're talking. What were your intentions? Because the way it looks to a lot of people that I've spoken with, and this is the reason we're talking, is it looks like somebody had some kind of connections and they had this opportunity to get on TV, go viral with Neil deGrasse Tyson, and they had to dress up like a
TV.
and they had to
on TV.
but the idea
went on television.
is it a TV show? Is it meant to? Is this character meant to? The whole idea is, why would we have this guy with buck teeth
according
representing
to your friend, the friend that called me at 5:30 in the morning, tried to send me a text at 5:30 in the morning, who I never talked to. I gave him the message, and I know you got it. And I said, you're way off, and you're still way off. You're way off. And all I
well,
know
hey,
is,
honestly, this is not my business.
All I know,
like,
it
it's
is
your
business,
project.
but you made it your business by going out and saying a bunch of slanderous stuff about me, man. Before even
asking
talking to me.
questions. No, I did try to reach out to you, and asking these questions are not invalid.
You didn't even give me more than 24 hours.
People have been asking you questions for 6 months on your YouTube channel, and all you do is gaslight them. You gaslight people in your comment section all day long. Look,
that was a long time.
7 months.
How many months ago was that? How many months ago was that?
Why didn't you answer them?
Months ago,
did you answer the way?
I'm asking you something.
Did you answer anybody? If you didn't answer anybody.
Hey, IPS, what are you insinuating? Are you saying that he's a shill? Are you saying that he's like destructive and trying to destroy the community? Is that what you're saying? And I'm not saying if I agree with you or disagree with you. I just want to know what your premise is.
Okay, my premise is looking at this whole thing objectively, discussing it with people around me. We're saying, well, what does this mean when we find out that one of the organizers of a Flat Earth conference is in a
okay, first of all, I wasn't an organizer of the Flat Earth conference.
Or whatever, or speaker of the conference. Okay.
So right there, strike one. You don't even have your facts right, but keep going.
The optics of it.
I didn't organize anything of the Flat Earth conference. I organized nothing.
Okay, yeah, I'm speaking loosely. Basically, it's this. Somebody who's big. Okay,
can you say I
Rick.
was wrong? Can you say I was wrong?
Yeah, I was wrong about that. I misspoke.
Okay, good. Okay, cool.
Okay, so we have this guy named Rick who's somewhat prominent within this community, and then we have this other guy who's very prominent on the other side. We see them together, not knowing it's him. We weren't told about it. We find out, and we're like, whoa, why is this being kept from us? And here we are, people who are all day long tearing apart hoaxes and lies and conspiracies, and you expect us to turn off our critical thinking just because it's one of our own?
Have you ever thought that maybe somebody smart enough on this side of things to go in underground? Have you ever thought that? Did you ever think maybe somebody smarter than you are? Have you ever thought that in your life?
Are you saying that the people who thought that looked a little, I don't know, shady or completely off base, like we had no justification for questioning this thing?
Absolutely.
Because I disagree with that.
You're judging a book by the cover. You're actually giving validation to the character in of itself. Thank you. You just helped me prove who Rolan Reddy really is. You judge the book by its cover, dude. Judge not the outward appearance.
But you know, that's what the media does.
Not the outward appearance.
No, that's what the media does. Okay, the entire thing the mainstream media has done for the last. No, you're mixing it up. For the last 3 years. No, what the media does is they attack a straw man of the flat earther based on an image. And so you go out there and you portray an image of a flat earther with big buck teeth. And it looks absurd.
Stop right there. Wait, one second.
You keep saying that he's a flat earther. Rolan is not a flat earther.
Well, no, okay, it's a converse. Okay, he's becoming one. He's becoming one. That's a nuance, I'm sure. But listen, he is doing it to talk about flat Earth. Nope, because the conversation was about how dumb flat earthers were. Was the conversation with Neil deGrasse Tyson not about how dumb and uneducated we are? How dumb and uneducated DMARBLE is?
That's what those were Neil's.
How the public educational system failed him.
Oh, Neil can suck it. I'm not worried about what you got to say about me.
Come on, man. You're talking about Mr. Pear here. So
yeah.
Here's my exactly.
Pear shape?
Listen, you haven't even seen the full interview, dude. Have you? Have you seen the full interview?
None of us have. And that's why we're jumping to conclude. That's why we don't have the answers, and that's why we're talking.
But here's the thing.
I don't need your explanation. You just admitted it. You just shot yourself in the foot now. Because you just admitted.
No, I don't have an agenda here. I don't have an objective. I'm not trying to condemn you. I don't.
Throwing everybody under the bus as a supposed ex-Freemason that nobody knows your real name to. That
everybody. Hey, my name, my address. You can find all that.
Are you really about educating people? Are you really about educating people and waking people up? Are you really about? Are you really about the science? I'm asking you. Are you
It
really
sounds
about
like
that?
a clash of two personalities. That's all. That's all this sounds like. I
Pretty
don't see
much.
how.
Yeah, and
I
it
don't
shouldn't
see
be.
how.
This
I
is
don't
not
see how.
about this. This is about conduct. This is
No,
about.
no. This is about somebody saying "f you" to my wife the other night. That
Nobody said that.
Yes,
And
they did. Yes, they did.
No, IPS. I'm pretty sure somebody said that crap, dude.
Yes,
Look,
they did.
people for some reason or another will just pop off and go all the way off the rails talking crap about us because they're hiding behind a keyboard, man. That's the
Exactly.
thing.
I guarantee
This is what people do. People talk crazy about you. People talk crazy about Rick. People talk crazy about me. People talk crazy about Robbie Davidson, for crying out loud.
And then y'all are talking crazy, talk about causing division within the community. You just did it, dude. And
I don't know, man. I think you're being divisive right now by invalidating people's natural aversion to deception.
No, it's not natural to
it is natural. We don't trust the media. I don't trust the media.
Hold on. Wait. So here, wait, Rick, hold up. So here's the thing, IPS. Have you or have you not seen the entire the quick discussion that Rick had with Neil deGrasse Tyson?
Yes. No, you didn't. You did not see it.
You've seen the whole thing?
No. I saw what we all saw. I saw what was leaked, and then I saw the damage control. So people saw and they're like, wait, something doesn't look right. This guy looks fake. And what we were told was
all of that was put out there for a reason, to get people interested and to get people talking and to get it going.
Well, it worked. You got people talking, but here you are.
Because the problem was that there were a few basement keyboard warriors going on crazy that it was Pete Santilli. It was Pete Santilli. Did you think it was Pete Santilli? Let me ask you.
I don't know who Pete Santilli is.
Okay, cool. Good. Okay. So that was the accusation. So what you're reading there with Robbie and what you ended up thinking that, whatever you want to validate on that, that's whatever. The problem is that you jumped the gun. You did a false start by not knowing that Rolan Reddy's not a flat earther. So who looks stupid now? The flat earthers or the globers?
No, he's turning into one or whatever, the character. But the fact is, he is. That's you.
So let me ask you something.
Are you a flat earther?
Am I a flat earther?
I mean, look, you are one playing somebody who's not, but like you're getting into the weeds here and diverting from this basic thing.
No, I'm not.
We don't have based on the information that we have. It looks like one of our own tricked us, and he's doing a skit with Neil, and that raises eyebrows. That's not controversial. That's not like
let me ask you something. You're okay. So that's your opinion, man. That's your opinion. You haven't seen the interview. Done. Point blank. You don't know what it's about. You went and spent 5, 6, 7 hours of your life running your mouth about it over and over and over, saying the same things over and over and over as an X32nd degree Mason, as far as we know. We don't know your real name. All we know is that you came in.
What does that have to do with anything? What is it like? What do you know about? Are Masons bad? Are all Masons bad?
Because you're actually
are all Masons bad?
Division, dude. I've already given you enough time as it is.
Are all Masons bad?
Enough time. No, what I'm trying to tell you is, dude.
Like how can you impugn somebody just because they investigated an order or an organization? I mean, I don't think you can.
What you're doing, dude. No. I'm just doing what you're doing. I'm just being suspicious minded. That's all. I'm just doing what you're doing. Sorry.
Hey, IPS, I got another question. Do you believe?
Can I make one more point, real quick, please? Here's my thing. This is, and I'll let you guys talk. This is what I got to say to you, man. It looked really bad that you didn't do any research on any of this. None. You just started going on your own quote unquote intuition, which, by the way, the Bible also says, lean not unto your own understanding. So here's what I will tell you. The whole thing is based upon something different that nobody else has done before that will get people involved in flat earth that don't see it coming while they're sitting watching.
What?
Because it's not even titled with flat earth. And there's other people that are involved in this thing. There's other people that don't even know what I did. They don't even know what they were getting involved in when they signed the waiver to be on camera. They don't know. And it doesn't matter because it wasn't a specific contract. It's not a specific contract. It's a waiver. That's all it is. So the people that were on that, and I didn't have to get Neil to give a waiver. We had the cameras rolling when he came up. He agreed verbally to us. and shook the hands and said, yeah, I'll talk to you. Cool. Thank you. Now I'm going to be as wise as a serpent, gentle as a dove, and I'm going to act like I'm your friend. And you know what? I can honestly say that Neil deGrasse Tyson, when I did meet him, the first thing I did when I got done, I called my wife. And I said, you're not going to believe this. She goes, what? I go, I so bad wanted to take the teeth off. I wanted to take the wig off. I wanted to take everything off and just go at him. I said, but that would have lasted all of 30 seconds, if that. He would have turned around, walked away. The security guy would have came out. Rick Hummer would have been standing there in the parking lot, going after Neil deGrasse Tyson, and probably lost his job and did everything else. And Neil would have walked away and nothing would have happened. And everyone would have got a good laugh at the video if it would have gone viral. But instead, what did Rick do? Rick did something smarter than that. Rick said, okay, let Neil speak. Let Neil speak. Now that you've got him, let him speak. And let's see what he has to say. And then once he's done talking, because a wise man will be quiet and listen to what someone else has to say before they speak and before they put their mark on something. That's what a real wise man will do. He'll listen. And you didn't even hear the interview. You didn't know what the interview was about. All you knew was, oh, this looks like this could be interesting. This guy is part of the flat earth community. He's in a garb and he's talking to Neil deGrasse Tyson. Oh, he's up to something. He's up to something.
I'm not the only one who thought it looked.
It doesn't matter. This is about you right now. You're the one on the phone. You're the one that has the channel IPS.
Hold on, Rick. Can you turn your mic up? People are saying you're kind of low. sound kind of far away. That is.
How's that? Is that better?
Yeah. Sounds a little better actually.
Okay.
All right. Go
Sorry
ahead.
about that.
Yeah.
So I guess my whole thing is, dude, here's the bottom line. You didn't know the interview. You knew nothing of the content of it. Nothing. You knew nothing of the content except maybe 10 seconds? 10 seconds of I think there's over 3 minutes of us talking. And he only had a certain amount of time. You saw in the promo where he says, Neil, you got 25 seconds to talk to a redneck rocket scientist. I bet you don't even know that the redneck rocket scientist, I bet you don't even know what that's about. I bet you don't know where that's coming in the storyline. I bet you don't know why Rolan Reddy was walking around with a selfie stick. I bet you don't know why Rolan Reddy was even chosen to do this. I bet you don't.
Yeah, bottom line, we don't have.
But you ran your mouth, and nobody. And here's the other thing: I hope everybody unsubscribes from you, even though you took your stuff down. The reason why, until you say who you are, until you put your name out there. Rob Skiba puts his name out there. Robbie Davidson puts his name out there. David Weiss puts his name out there. Patricia Stewart puts her name out there. Mark Sargent puts his name out there. Darmore puts his name out there. Who are you? Who are you? Oh, don't make this about me. No, it is about you, dude. Because you ran your mouth for a long time. And you let your boys go in there and act like uncivilized gentlemen. Isn't that what you call each other as Masons? Don't you call each other gentlemen? Don't you call each other gentlemen? Isn't that what it is? You have to be a good, strong gentleman?
Something like that.
Yeah, exactly. So you know that. How would you know that again? Oh, you were one of them.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that.
And nobody knows your name.
Yeah,
Nobody
they
knows
do.
who
My
you are.
address, my relative's name, it's all out there.
Oh, say it right now. Here's your chance. Be real. Be transparent. Here's your chance.
So let me ask you one more time, because listen, I think
wait.
bad. Do you know who the Flat Earth Collective is?
This guy's dodging the question.
Do you know who the Flat Earth Collective is? No, Rick. Do you know who the Flat Earth Collective is?
Dude, I already answered that. No, I'm not going to repeat myself again. I don't know who that is. I don't worry about stuff like that. Let me ask you something, dude. In the last 2 years, what have you done? I don't know what you've done. I don't care what you've done. I think it's great that you've helped the community, but it's not my job to go around policing what you're doing. I don't know who you are. I don't really care who you are. I'm too busy with my own life. I got a wife and kids. I work my ass off on my job. I try and live the best that I can according to my Lord and Savior. I try to do the best that I can. But here's what I can tell you, man. Your channel's an entertainment channel on YouTube. It's listed as entertainment. It's not listed under education. It's not listed under science. It's not listed under whatever the categories are. And I don't follow other people. As a matter of fact, as soon as this came up, I was knee deep in working on seed with Skiba. I've never taken a dime from Rob. I don't ask people for money. I don't ask for support, which that was on your web. That was on that was in the text of the description of the video that you spent about me with my name on there.
Now, this is the
Yeah,
thing.
it was. It was. It was. Don't lie, dude. We
No,
got
I didn't say.
screenshots.
I didn't say anything. I didn't. What I say is this.
Did you not say? Were you not asking for money on your YouTube channel? Were you
I'll show
asking
you.
for money?
I'm going to
on your
bring it
YouTube
up what I had on my YouTube channel because here's the thing. Listen to this, okay?
Does it say please donate?
Does this sound? Does this sound familiar to you? The Collective. Stay the F away from Roland, Reddy, Rick Hummer. Leave it alone. We're willing to put you down. Leave it. You've been giving your only warning, KB and Co. Are you familiar with that? I'm just asking because if you were the recipient of the number of death threats that I get,
man, I don't even.
You could care less about death threats with your name. Your name was on the death threat, so I thought it was worth bringing up.
Send me the copy with all of the everything.
I will, and I'll give you the name of the.
I'll
give you the name of the agent at the Albuquerque Field Office, Federal Bureau of Investigation, and I would love for you to talk to them. In fact, if you'll take their number now, in fact, I forwarded it to Karen. I forwarded the number to Karen and the name of the agent who is covering these death threats because you and Karen were both named in them. I didn't make that up. You can call the Albuquerque FBI and you can ask about it. The Collective has been fucking with me and my family for 6 months. I want to know.
Here we go. Play the violin music, please. Cue it up.
I have I have 6 months of emails.
So here, look.
Death threats, stalking, all of the above, and these people are named in it. And I'm asking if he knows about this stuff, and they all minimize.
Why would you be getting death threats, dude? Who wants to kill you?
The Collective, whoever the hell that is.
Well, look. I mean,
never heard of it. You ever heard of it, Daryl?
I haven't heard of any collective. I haven't. Now here's the thing.
Like a bunch of malarkey
now wait a minute. Let's also consider the concept that IPS. He's going against the Masons and happened to have taken the oaths and all that. Okay, so if he has actually stepped away from the Masonic order and is going against them, then maybe that's who's screwing with you, man.
Maybe.
And another thing, and another aspect of that might very well be some of this psychological stuff. Like if you like it.
I was going to ask IPS real quick. I was going to ask you, are you aware of any other Masons within the Flat Earth community?
Good question.
Seriously.
Good question.
And while you're thinking of that,
there's three that I know of that self-identify.
Let me put this out on the record first and foremost. When this whole thing came up, this whole Flat Earth thing, the first thing that I wanted to do was just look at it. I didn't laugh at it at all. I learned my lesson on 9/11. I learned my lesson on the Federal Reserve, finding all this stuff out. I learned my lesson on the Batman shooting and all these other false flag events that happened. I learned my lesson real fast. I already knew. I was with you guys on the same page of that right away. Like, oh my gosh. I mean, once you find out 9/11 was what it was, you can pretty much just write everything off that you see on television.
I just want to know what Masons are in the Flat Earth community. We can sidestep that question as much as we want. If somebody's a Mason and they're in Flat Earth, they should identify themselves.
Well, and Masons like to cause chaos.
They do identify themselves, but you would have to know.
Well, that's why I'm asking you, because if you can recognize their identification through their actions, their words, hand signals, not hand signals, but whatever authentication you can see, why don't you do a video on that? Why don't you point out exactly which Flat Earthers are Masonic?
I wouldn't make it an accusation, but I would point out which ones are using emblems or signs that would be suggestive. Sure, I'd be happy to. So what would be the optimal conclusion here? I mean,
that you screwed up. And you didn't talk to me first, and you didn't wait to talk to me. And I don't check the Roland Reddy YouTube account every day. I don't live on YouTube, dude. I don't make a living off YouTube. I don't ask people for money for watching my videos on YouTube. I don't care about optimization. I walked away from radio years ago because I got tired of dealing with trying to get ratings. And that's what you're doing.
Not really. No, I'm not trying to get ratings. No, I do not have.
Yes.
No, I do not.
Whether or not you like it. Well, then why did you?
No, in fact, it's not.
Shows on it, or
no,
3 shows?
I'm not even.
Why didn't you just let it go?
Why didn't I let it go? I didn't let it go because
you talked to me. Till you talked to me.
Hey, we reached. No, I reached. I emailed. Like I said, I called. I texted. So.
And when did those go out again? When did you go? When did you do those again? I'll
go back and check.
Hey, there's a question in the chat.
Oh,
There's
go
a
ahead, sorry.
question. There's a question in the
like,
chat. They
one
wanted to
thing
know if IPS could identify those 3 Masons.
You mean like identify? Well, what I'd rather do is make that a separate.
Well, you have no
conversation.
allegiance. You have no allegiance to the order anymore. So why would it be hard for you to identify 'em?
Just because the YouTube flat Earth community is prone to witch hunts on the basis of a hand sign, on the basis of something. They get very paranoid, as you can all see. I'm not the only one asking
But
questions.
you're 32 degrees, so your opinion will be taken into consideration much higher
Yeah,
than
man. I think you
someone
should lead the
else.
front. I think you should lead the
You know what I
front,
mean?
man.
Because you know so much about the Masonic order that we don't know about. Who you suspect would be very interesting to us, us
Yeah.
novice.
Yep. I think you should do it, man.
Interesting. Okay, I'll do it.
No, I'm serious. I'm not bullshitting, because
No, I'm
honestly,
serious too.
you said something earlier. You said that you said, are there good Masons, right? In the flat Earth community, I would say no, to be completely honest. Because, and you correct me if I'm wrong, can the Masonic order be parallel to flat Earth, in your opinion?
In my opinion, I actually believe that the Masonic order is that their construct, King Solomon's Temple,
Right.
it's a utopian totalitarian thing, and that is the globe. Like the globe is King Solomon's Temple.
Exactly. So they're the originators of the globe, probably, right?
Well, in
Well, it's
a
on
sense,
pillars. That's why they put it on pillars, guys.
but I
about
wouldn't
the-
separate the Masons from Rome. It all really does go back
Is
to that.
Is that why the globe is on top of pillars?
Yeah, you got the pillar, you got the globe on the left, and then you got the celestial sphere on the right. It's right there in the open. You
So
meet on the level.
Is the G for God or is it for geometry?
God, geometry, geometry of divinity.
Gangsta.
Yeah, probably.
So
But then
can you stay on my question, please? Because for some reason he keeps stealing my question. My question is, can someone in the Masonic order actually be a flat earther? Meaning their ideology could fit within what we're claiming flat Earth is.
maybe if they didn't come to the conclusion that what they were learning was about the level stationary plane. Like you might not even know that if you weren't reading Albert Pike, and they don't even issue Albert Pike's book out. They give out a condensed version called Bridge to Light or something, which doesn't have the part about where it talks about how the ancients presumed the Earth to be a flat stationary plane. But
It's interesting that you say that because I just had a conversation with a Mason here locally not too long ago. And I asked him if he if he read any of Pike's work, and he didn't know who Albert Pike was. And this guy is, I don't think he's 32nd yet, but he's worked his way up. His dad was involved. It's a multi-generational thing going on here. And I've been trying to wake him up. I've been trying to show him things. And I just found it really interesting that he told me he didn't know who Albert Pike was.
they've dumbed it down. And Albert Pike, I think it's also not so PC because of his association with the Klan. So yeah, they've dumbed it down, and that doesn't surprise me. They've changed a lot of things lately. They removed the requirement to join the Shriner. You can join the Shrine if you're a Blue Lodge. You don't even have to go all the way up through Scottish Rite. But
Is that because of money?
I think it's because of numbers.
Numbers, yeah, that's what I meant. Yeah,
Yeah,
memberships.
that's exactly it.
So if in so many words, you're saying that a Mason can't, with the present day teachings of the Masonic order, be in line with flat Earth ideas, right? Is that what you agree with that?
If they were aware of what it was, and they would be more or less concealing it, I would imagine. But I think that most of them don't know. I mean, this is what.
Let me ask you this: are Masons allowed to lie to the general public?
If you go by the oaths, just like the Jesuits, absolutely.
I really would like
Right.
them to answer my question. I mean, it's like you keep getting questions thrown at them. Can you answer that question for me, please?
Sorry.
What would you please repeat the question?
Can you be Mason and a flat earther?
Oh, I see what you mean. Only if you're a Mason that doesn't understand the teachings, and you probably don't even know that you're actually being given the mystery about this thing. The reason I left it was that I found that most of them were only in it for social reasons. They didn't even explore the deeper mysteries right there. So
Yeah.
Right, I get that.
you can't
So-
really generalize
So is
about
it
them.
safe to assume if you find a Mason who's a flat earther, you should be suspicious of them?
Interesting.
You see my point? So if someone's a flat earther and they're a Mason, you should have a concern. Now you would be the exception because you're saying that you've denounced those ideas, right? But if someone is functioning as or calling themselves a flat earther and actually hold the ideas of the Masonic order, they are in contradiction. So
That would be correct.
wouldn't that mean that would make them more likely a shill or an agent or whatever?
Yeah,
I answer that?
I guess I see your point. Sure. I mean, if that's where you're going with it, yeah, I guess so. But you know, it's really difficult to generalize
And
about groups, and
Didn't
I've
you
always had
start
that
your own?
problem.
Didn't you start your own lodge called Illuminated something?
Yeah, Order of the Penguin. Yeah, and this is like what I'm talking about here is that like the organization itself, you can't generalize about it, about the people in it, and what you actually have is a social club that uses the tools of the architect and the builders as allegories. And so it's all allegorical language, but it's a social club and it's based on a trade unions guild, which is
But they are the most powerful, some of the most powerful men in the country too, right? You do agree with that, right?
Yeah, that's true. I mean, it's very widespread, influential, obviously, but I don't like to separate Freemasonry from even organized like mainstream Christianity.
What other organization would be considered more powerful than the Masonic Order in the United States?
Well, the Masonic Order is, like I said, it's just one faction of this bigger thing. I mean, it all really does come down to this Jesuit thing, this 500-year deception. It's the same people, you know.
Right.
They're not separate.
Right.
They're not separate. They all worship the obelisk, whether you're a Mason or a Catholic or you worship the space religion. That rocket is an obelisk. So even if you're an atheist, if you believe in outer space, guess what? You're actually paying homage to Baal. That's Baal worship. That's straight up. You're worshiping the devil and you don't even know it because you don't believe in God. So they got everybody.
You, as a former Mason, put the money forth to put research. Is that what you're saying?
We did it as a provocation. We're like, hey, they're always throwing their obelisks in our face.
Couldn't that be a form of mockery in a way? I mean,
no, well, of them.
Form of mockery. You knowing that that's a giant penis and you're writing research flat Earth on it.
It's a mockery of them. See, what they've been doing is they put the names of their sun gods on all their rockets. They threaten us with their missiles. No, listen. And so what we do.
I'm with you.
No, look, that thing was on the cover of every newspaper. It outshined Elon Musk's launch. It was on the cover of the communist newspaper. That thing was a big middle finger in the face of Big Brother, and I stand by it 1,000%.
Okay.
The optics,
1,500 feet.
Yeah, the optics, and it's one of the biggest stories in 2017. It gave us a number of opportunities to really just nail Elon Musk with really important and pointed criticisms. Like it was, I think it was a success. But beyond that,
this other project has, and this project that I'm working on is because I want to get the phone here. I got to work in the morning. What I'm going to say is this, man. I hope you continue to do great work to wake people up. And I hope the work that you do gets used by God Almighty himself to wake others up to they would actually understand that we are in a much more intimate creation. And whatever means necessary that it takes for you to get that out there without doing anything to hurt anybody, without you doing anything spiteful, without you doing anything that could actually cause harm to you or any other around you, I hope you continue to do that work. Now, and come after me the way you did was wrong to do without speaking to me first.
Listen,
it's that
I'm sorry. I really am.
Let me finish. Because one thing that got into this. I've gone across Lake Michigan. I've taken time away from my family to go across Lake Michigan with Skiba to prove it wasn't a mirage. I went with Rob down to Ohio 2 different times to go with Victor and his crew. And I felt like that we were kind of being set up there because I didn't trust the lens that they had on the second launch. And I knew there was a curve to it and they wouldn't let me see the camera. And I didn't call them out. I didn't go after them, but I knew that lens that they had on there, that supposed 2.7 millimeter lens was going to show curve. And I watched those guys celebrate that on the lens, on the video when we went there. I'm like, well, wait a second, that's a high pressure and low pressure system meeting out in the horizon. I can see that. I mean, that's easy to see. Look at that. That looks like a mountain. That looks like this. That looks like that. And I thought about it. I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to say anything. And I've watched one of my best friends go through the thing from the time that he came across this. And I watched this go down to where I actually started asking God Almighty, show me, just show me, just show me. But some of the craziest things started happening. And then I started collaborating with other people that wanted to just know the truth. And next thing you know, we started a little group they already had a little group on Facebook called LB Core. And I was asked to join because I could actually document a lot of the tests that they were going to do. But I also didn't come in there, slinging as an idiot. I came in there slinging what about together.
Well, I don't think you should continue to call people who find something that goes against their intuition. They call it out and you call them idiots for seeing through a disguise. Like, you shouldn't fault people for seeing things, especially when you're dealing with conspiracy theorists.
It's not that. It's the way that you went about it, man. And you, as a person that's supposed to be supposedly so much into truth and doing this, you still haven't identified yourself to the YouTube world, to the Facebook world, to whoever.
If you want to know who I am or where I live, it's all over the place. No, it's doxed all over the place.
Well, then just say it, man.
I mean, I read you one of the emails.
Why do I have to go do and dig? And I don't really care. I'm just you're missing the point. You're missing the whole point, man. You're missing
no, I got the point.
I got the point. Tonight,
but we have differences of opinions. Your project is none of my business. My opinion doesn't matter about your project. It really doesn't. And I hope it succeeds or whatever. But my thing is that a lot of people had a certain opinion of it, and their opinions matter. I mean, we're allowed to have opinions.
Their opinions might matter to you, but here's the thing, dude. Here it comes right down to it. And I'm gonna lay it out there for you. You didn't talk to me. You didn't know the storyline. You had no clue. You didn't take into account that.
You keep saying you as though it's just me. Listen, it's not just me.
Okay, wait. What he means when he says you, IPS, he's saying somebody got in your ear telling you about what Rick had going on, and then you put it out there to the public. That's what he means. Not so much that you were the one jumping to conclusions, just that you had listened to what someone told you about what was going on. That's what he means by that, man.
And isn't that
like we have this knack for mincing words and just picking apart every little statement so we can just go in on that, man. We just gotta come on now. Rick knows. Look, we all heard a few times that you weren't the one that did this. Somebody went to you and said this.
So who said something to you? Let me ask you that. Who was it? And it's no big deal. I mean, I don't care. This was all going to be brought out anyway.
Right. Well, actually, it was more than one, and I didn't even do anything. Right. I didn't care. I didn't even think about it until someone called The Way was showing me how he was trying to ask questions, and he was treated like garbage over it by somebody. Garbage. Well, you cited the name of Jesus when you were gaslighting him. I would call that treating somebody like garbage. That is gaslighting. That is textbook gaslighting, and you can't defend it. You can't defend lying, even if you're wearing buck teeth when you do it.
If you go up, there was accusations that it was Pete Santilli.
We're not going to agree on interpretation, and I accept that. And I'm not going to step on your toes anymore. I'm over it.
Obviously,
I'm not putting any more videos up.
You were wrong for doing what you did. It's that simple.
I'm not wrong for perceiving. You can't bullshit.
You're wrong for going about it the way you went about it, whoever you are.
I don't like being hoaxed, especially by people that I'm expected to trust.
You weren't being hoaxed.
A good point.
You're not being hoaxed. Get over yourself.
All right.
Hey, I'm over this whole thing. Listen, I think that you explained yourself. You did a service by taking your time, and I appreciate it. And I have no intention of stepping on your toes or anything. I have no intention of even talking about this again. It's over. I took it off. I mean, I had a conversation through a friend with Bob, and I was like, all right, I'll take all the videos down and I'll just leave it. You know, like I'm not gonna. Like I have no agenda here. I really do not. And the only reason
Speaking of Bob, do you apologize to Jr. Bob Dobbs?
Jr. Bob Dobbs, apologize to him for what did I do to Bob? I gave him his $30.
Well, it seems the last time we talked, you betrayed the Flat Earth and Jr. Bob Dobbs.
Jr. Bob Dobbs and I are fine. I gave him his money. That's all we're obligated to do. Like, what else?
So you're just a false anti-Bob, false Slack, false Flat Earther? Is that what that is?
I'm not anti-Bob. I mean, Bob believes in UFOs. I don't. We have a difference of opinions, and he's a UFO guy. I'm not. Like,
well, the thing, IPS, is that I'm not Bob. So, like, you shouldn't just throw people that had your back and never said anything shit about your name. So you shouldn't
well, hey, would you please explain, listener? Listen, would you? A lot of people don't know who Bob Dobbs is. Would you go ahead and explain it?
Just a second. So
no, there's
one second before we hop on to another thing. Rick, IPS, you guys good or what? We good?
Oh, you know, here's the thing, man. I don't hold a grudge.
All right. No grudge, Rick. We lost you. Ah, shoot.
No grudge on my end. I said there's no grudge on my end. I'm forgiving. I forgive him, but I hope he's smarter next time. I hope he actually does more research next time. I hope they realize that Rolan Reddy had nothing to do with his quote unquote Mad Mike Hughes stunt. Had nothing to do with it. What I actually find interesting, this is the truth, guys. What I find really interesting is that 2 years ago I started talking about this concept of doing a flat earth movie. 2 years ago, I started working on this and kind of coming up with the idea of, how can I do it? What would be a way to go? And I'll give all that information at the thing. I promise I will. But
okay.
What I will say is this, is that 2 years ago, Rolan Reddy was around. Rolan Reddy was way before Mad Mike Hughes. And so the accusations did fly. The words were spoken. He tried stealing Mad Mike Hughes' thing. He tried. He was doing it. No, that's not true at all. That's, once again, there's somebody asserting false information as if it's truth. And that person should be held accountable for their words and realize that, you know what? You lied. You lied.
No, there's a difference between discussing something and asserting it.
Okay. Well, we've had the discussion. And I'd like to think that we've cleared the air.
I hope he learns his lesson. I hope people start really thinking about who they allow them and how they influence them. And I hope people start taking a little bit more of a responsible approach to certain things, especially the truth.
Shout out to DMARBLE for actually holding a hangout. And
Exactly.
The title is called Accusations of Shillery, addressing them. So you have to give DMARBLE credit there. And and IPS didn't address the 3 Flat Earth Masons that he was supposed to name, but because he wants to make money off of that, obviously. So he's going to try to make money off of that first before he...
Okay, one of them is Math Powerland. With orange shirt, 33, makes the penal sign for the entered apprentice with the goat. That's a giveaway. There's 2 others, but let's just continue.
Well, go for it, man. We're all ears. Go ahead.
Well, I mean, if you want to be blunt, leveled out looks pretty Masonic. I mean, leveled on the level.
Right.
It's blue.
Leveled out means it was once a globe, and now we see that it's flat.
I mean, if you want to play the game of shill spotting, Mason spotting, you could.
You just got leveled.
No, listen, that's not what this is about.
No, nope. Listening to you talk, man, and you still haven't said your name. I'm going to call you a coward.
Yep, my face is here. I'm Dan. I'm Dan
I
Falkenbach. I put my name and my face out there, so I understand how that.
No, I think.
You know what?
Wait,
You
let
know,
me
I
ask
hope
Mike. Mike
everybody
Helmick is
realizes-
still here. Mike Helmick is still here, and does Mike know that you were gaslighting your subscribers using the name Jesus in your comments to them because they were asking about you being in a costume? You told them that they were.
Man.
You told them
Just
no.
stop. I
Does
wasn't
Mike have a problem
gaslighting.
with
The
that,
guy made a
Mike?
false accusation.
Let Mike speak for himself.
Goofy.
Let Mike speak for himself.
Go for it, Mike. Let's hear what you
Does
have
it
to
bother
say.
you, Mike?
IPS, I kind of look at things different. I see what Rick's doing with characters, and you know, I have some videos where I pretend to be a globe earther, and I've actually fooled some flat earthers, and I get hate speech on my comments because they didn't get it. You know, we all do things sometimes for bad or good. A lot of people do get it. A lot of people don't get it. The thing is, IPS, I don't think it. You know, I don't think it would warrant, you know, getting too bent out of shape about it. You certainly are.
I am out of shape. I don't think that it's really cool to just blatantly manipulate people like that, because we get that all the time by the media.
There was no manipulation going on. The accusation was that it was the project was out to make people look in flat to look stupid. It was to mock them. Once again, it wasn't about that.
IPS, how many people actually do you know were upset at Rick? How many?
How many people? Well, if you went to the comment section, you could go through it and judge for yourself. I mean, this is
comment. What section?
On the Rolan Reddy video. If you go through the, if you go in there,
the reason why they're mad is because they believe your stupid narrative.
No, this is from months ago. They've been complaining for months about this character, and then your response was
because somebody planted it that it was a shill, that it was Pete Santilli, and somebody made a video saying that this is a shill. They were wrong. It's not a shill character. So they were wrong in their assertion to begin with, which means the domino effect of
they were right,
reacting,
but they weren't right about the identity, and that's where and that's where the conspiracy started. You never cleared that up.
Exactly, and they went on their own to make those videos and to say those words. They said it.
Yeah, IPS, we can't make everybody happy. Rick can't. You can't. I mean, you're one of the most powerful characters in the Flat Earth movement. IPS, where your name comes up, there's always controversy coming up. And, you know, in a way, it's good. Let me finish, please. In a way, you know, I'm okay with that. It brings attention. And check out what IPS has done. You know, you've done some good things. But seriously, IPS, you are a pretty colorful person, and a lot of controversy surrounds you. Now, so I don't see why bust Rick's balls over some people that didn't get it or misunderstood it. Flat Earthers misunderstand things all the time.
One thing that I would notice real quick, I'm sorry. One thing that I
just a second. 1 second. 1 moment.
Go.
All right. So, want to thank Mr. Popzilla one more time. Says, is politics getting in the way of truth being brought to light? Flat Earthers unite. That's what this is. Basically, look, these are all personality conflicts. Again, like I said, we all go about this thing in different ways, and there's gonna be people. Look, as Vegan Warrior said earlier, there's gonna be shills in every movement. Now, how do we know that the people who are whispering in your ear saying this is wrong, you need to keep an eye on this person? How do we know those aren't the shills? These sock puppet accounts, these people that look. Come on now, we gotta look at it from another perspective. Now, if we all know that there's going to be people to go out there and try to promote disinformation or try to stir the pot to get us to sit here and be, you know, looking at each other with these with these untrusting eyes and all that, then we got to understand that there's going to be some people from the outsider who are going to come along and say this person's a shill. You need to. I mean, come on now. Obviously, there's going to be somebody that's going to sneak in the back and be whispering, hey, you need to look at this person. Hey, you need to watch out for this. They said that. They're studying all of us. They're studying all of us.
Especially when they can't name. Hold on. Especially when they can't name. Especially when they can't name the Masons that the top 3 Masons that they claimed are the Flat Earth Masons. Especially that.
You don't like Masons?
What the
Well,
hell?
This is the thing when you can't back up what your words are. So you said Matt Powerlander, and then you said allegedly number 2 leveled out. Well, so it went from unknown, and then it went to allegedly number 2. So what is your third now?
I was just joking with you because I was just joking with him because I told Vegan Warrior would do this on a separate live stream. Like, I don't think this is the time or place.
Oh, because you were trying to make money off of it or something. All right, I got you. Cool.
No, it's out of context.
Okay. Well, I mean, we're just kind of trying to. Well,
but everybody acting like you can't fucking hear me. Like,
Dre, what you got?
No, what's up, Jed?
Yeah, I'm like, yo, what's up? I've been trying to talk, and you talking about hold on to nobody or something. Like, y'all tripping. Now, let me just say something. Now, I'm going to speak the facts, and I'm going to speak nothing but the truth. Yes, a lot of jealous way because he did a lot of things that a lot of other flat earthers wasn't able to do in of time. It is a fact. And a lot of people started hating on him. Trust me, I know what it's like because it happened to me. This brother was doing things. We took P900s in 24 hours with flat earth. Didn't even lift a finger for no other flat earther like that. So I just stood in the background and watched it closely. So I'm not going to sit here and let nobody talk about this man like this when a lot of people that's been doing this for how many years now? Well, I've been in flat earth for like 5 years. But what have you done besides make YouTube videos? Well, what have you done? So when I look at it, I'm like, well, where all this hate is coming from? Everybody was like, who is this IPS character? 1 minute y'all love the man, but when his subscribers started growing at a fast rate, everybody turned on this brother. We don't supposed to do things like that. We're supposed to come together and help each other. All I see envy and egotistical people about flat earth because blew up out of nowhere. They started saying I was a shield. But they not come to the mailbox when they got something to the wrong house because I haven't got a shield check yet. But y'all know what I'm talking about. I seen it. Nobody even comes to my panel no more. Y'all notice that? The same thing happened to me.
Wait.
And it's crazy. No, let me finish. Now it's dread time. And I'm being honest and I'm being sincere right now. So at least give me 1 minute. I'm trying to figure all this.
Your mic. Hey, bro, your mic's cutting out on my end. I don't know about your guys' end because mic's cutting out.
I would change.
I can hear him just fine.
My brother, I got 2 mics. Maybe that'll come out a lot clearer for you. What I'm saying is, man, it is a lot of jealousy going on, and the jealousy is siders, and a lot of people act like they cannot see it. We suppose a community of intelligent individuals. We're letting people that don't even follow flat earth pretend like they flat earth. And like he says, that means we're not awake like we claim to be. And we're allowing these type of people to this thing. And that would have never happened. I was getting billboards put up. This man brought a lot of ideas that I think that people when they was jealous because they did. And they forced people to look at other flat earthers who longer than he was. It made us look at the other ones like, wait a minute, y'all been doing this long. Why y'all ain't doing for the community right now? Y'all done raised the money. Y'all got the GoFundMe. Y'all got the PayPal. Nothing. So what he didn't, I don't think he purposely did that. But what he was doing made us look bad, man. And they go the flow on that.
All right. Well, hey, thanks, Dret. Good to hear from you. It's been a while. I definitely listened though, and I'll hit you up here in the back chat or something later on. So,
was that I heard some of that, but was that I don't understand what was said. I kind of lost that, but I guess what he's saying is that.
What he's saying is because nobody can fucking hear you. Your mic is really low. Sorry for swearing, DMARBLE. I'm gonna cut that off again. What he's saying is, because your mic is low, nobody can hear you, is that stop pretending to be a flat earther if you're not. Okay? So I want the over 200 and whoever are listening, stop pretending to be a flat earther when you're not. Okay? Or if you are, at least you better be transparent, a little bit more transparent about it. Otherwise, you're going to be called out by people like me. I'm going to call you out.
Are you talking about me, man?
I'm talking about anyone.
Who are you calling here a fake flat earther?
Well, actually, the only two people that I would be calling out is you two, and you're the only two that are speaking up. What a coincidence!
Me and Hummer? That's not even
dummies.
Are you kidding? Lay off the cough syrup, man.
That's funny.
Listen,
what a coincidence.
No, lay off the cough syrup.
Oh,
I haven't had a conversation with Rick.
Go ahead.
I've heard Rick. Okay, I don't know Rick, right? I don't know him personally, but I've listened to him speak, and I have no reason to question his dedication to this thing, this idea. And I heard him speaking about it as a article, part of his faith. Like, he understands it from a biblical point of view. So to call him fake, I was like, where's your basis for that? That's just like a little hateful.
Oh, sorry. I'm just looking at all the comments showing all the fire and the nail in the basket type of comments. It's just IPS. What you're pretending like you don't know who I am. How you just suddenly, you used me for information for years, and then suddenly turn your back on the SubGenii and Bob and the SubGenius and me in the process, pretending like I was just a tool of knowledge, a little utility belt, and you can use me to get knowledge that other other flat earthers didn't have. So you simply, I know how to get more subscribers. I know how to get infiltrate, and I'll just use Bob, and I'll use the SubGenius. It's like, no, that's cool, but like there are certain SubGenius that call you out on that. That's our rule. You know that. As an ex-Freemason, you know that you're going to get called out on those types of things.
No, I mean, listen. The Church of the SubGenius is a UFO cult. It's a commie. Ivan Stang's a commie. Dude, I don't like commies. I don't like UFOs.
If you think I put my life into the name Flat Earth SubGenius on YouTube, you're a fucking dolt. You're adult.
You're more of a Bobby than a SubGenius.
What the hell are y'all talking about?
Exactly. Man, you're all lost,
we're on some side stuff.
Way on.
Look,
you guys
oh my goodness.
Okay. Look. So here's the thing. We're not going to really get to the bottom of this thing because
there's nothing to get to, Daryl.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, as far as I understand with this thing, Rick, hold on. As far as I understand this thing, what happened was somebody went to IPS telling him that you were, I don't know, no longer worthy to be trusted because you wore a costume, and you ended up getting an interview with Neil deGrasse Tyson, and somebody's going to be like, "Isn't that weird that happened? Isn't that weird?" I mean, there's always somebody that's going to be acting paranoid for whatever reason. It is what it is. Okay, through whatever circumstances, Rick Hummer, dressed as Rolan Reddy, the redneck rocket scientist, / not quite flat earther, but still wondering about stuff, ended up in a position where he can talk to Neil deGrasse Tyson. Does that mean that they set it up behind the scenes? Not necessarily, but we're never going to know. People who want to be skeptical, they're going to continue to be skeptical, just the same. People are going to be skeptical of IPS. Because he just said on air, he got up to 32nd degree Mason. And people are like, can you really disassociate yourself from the Masons? And people are going to sit here and still be skeptical of you for that. Some people are just going to say, yeah, it's possible that you can be a Mason and then you can not be a Mason at some point. I don't freaking know. I don't know, man. I mean, just the same.
I know many 32nd degree Freemasons, too. It's like these are a dime a dozen people.
Yeah, and it's, yeah, right. As far as I can tell. So, I mean, I'm driving around Tacoma. I see these guys with these things on the back of their car all the time. It says 32 with the little eagle. And I'm like, okay, you've been to a lot of meetings. Good for you. So I don't know. But look, even still, we can ask each other these questions. And you can say, no, I'm not associated with the Masons anymore. And still there's going to be somebody that says, he's lying, regardless. Some people are going to believe what they want to believe. No, let's scratch that. Everybody's going to believe what they want to believe. But what I encourage people to do is look at the person and what they're doing. What are they doing? That's what I'm saying. If something's being disruptive, it's being disruptive. If it's not, it's not. What IPS was doing, regardless of his affiliations, it was in fact a positive thing for the community, because he did inspire people to put those billboards. If that was all he did, and it was not, he inspired people with the idea to put up flat Earth billboards. Again,
hey, I'm sorry, Bob from Glowbusters. I want to clarify something. When we're talking, me and SubGenii are talking about Bob DOBBS, a UFO cult, not Bob from Glowbusters. I'm not calling anybody members of a UFO cult except for Flat Earth Subgenius. Thank you.
Yeah, I don't propound UFOism. No, I don't do that.
Yeah.
None of us really deal with UFOs.
Okay, yeah, we don't do UFOs over here. Look, that's some government controlled.
I don't do that. Yeah, exactly.
No. Okay, so the panel has agreed. We do not do UFOs here. Moving on.
No.
So the thing is, anybody, look, it's still folks in the chat who's like, okay, once a Mason, always a Mason. Is that true? I don't think so. Because there's a guy that is at my job. He tells me that he's a Mason, but he hasn't been at the lodge for a while. I've known guys. Look, I'm saying I've known guys who were Masons who said, yeah, look, I found out that they were into some odd stuff, and I was like, nah, man, I just stopped going to the meetings and all that. I've heard people say that, and it is possible to step away. It is. So you can't really say once a Mason, always a Mason, because that's not true.
Yeah, no, I don't believe that either.
No,
So-
I don't believe that either. I know that there's plenty of guys out there that were Masons, that are elderly guys that were once Masons, that they even still wear a ring around. I've seen them. And then you realize, you ask them about it, like, oh, I haven't been to a lodge in years. I'm so far behind on my dues. I'm like,
Yeah,
oh, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, that can happen.
Yeah.
So, but I guess my whole thing is here's the bottom line. I've been transparent tonight. I'm not going to give away the plot. I'm not going to give away everything about this Roll Ready project. I'm not going to give that away. I shouldn't have to. And just because somebody comes on some social media platform that I don't live on, I don't make a living on, I don't check every day. Things have been hectic in my life as far as having a 19-month-old baby boy and a 7-year-old daughter and a wife that stays home and homeschools. And I'm working nonstop trying to keep up with everything to keep food on the table. And in the meantime, doing as much research as I can and going here and there and going there. It really bothers me that somebody yes, it does bother me that somebody who's supposedly so high esteemed in the community, does this without really going about it the right way. Of course, I wanted to, I was not looking to have this conversation. Daryl sent me a message tonight and said, hey, can you jump in here real quick? I'm like, man, I'll just tell everybody about it in 45 days. And he wrote, please. Daryl is my brother. I said, all right, send me the link. I'll go ahead and do this. I really don't. Look, I used to be in broadcasting. I used to be in radio as far as that goes. I am too. And I'm glad that I still get a chance to work on a level, for a little tiny little show that we put together here on a PBS network or affiliate that, basically shows profiles mom and pop shops and festivals coming to town and who's here and who's there. We didn't even do a story on Neil deGrasse Tyson coming to town. That should tell you, that my producer that I work with there didn't really even think about it. We don't go to every concert. We don't go to everything like that. So my whole point is that all this stuff that I just said to you is the truth. I've gone out there. I've done tests. I've been there, done that. My whole thing is I'm not out looking to point fingers at people. My job is not to say this person's a shill, that person's a shill. If your job is to go out there and if you feel your job, what is your job? Is your job to be policing the internet, or is your job in Flat Earth to be talking about Flat Earth? And if people obviously want to jump the gun and jump to that, everybody's a shill, or gosh, there's somebody's about to strike us, somebody's gonna get us, that is paranoia to me, and it's not healthy. Because everybody's guilty. Everyone's guilty. Everyone's guilty. Everyone's a part of this. Bob Nodell was falsely accused. David Weiss was falsely accused. Daryl, you were kind of falsely accused. Robbie Davidson was falsely accused. Gosh, guys.
Yeah, I mean, look,
what a great way to get a message out there is to do billboards. I think it's phenomenal. I stood in front of the billboard down in Raleigh. I thought it was the coolest thing ever.
Yeah.
I'm the one that said, you know, we're not crazy. You know, we're not crazy that we woke up. The hearing ear and the seeing eye, the Lord hath made even both of them. Y'all better wake up and realize it's a gift that God has given you to see these things in the days that we live in.
All right. Well, I like all that. That's all good and fine and dandy. All right. Go ahead, Daryl.
What I was saying was, okay, I brought this up, okay, and I wanted you to address this because IPS left a donation, and I appreciate the $5. He left a comment saying, "Why am I covering for Rick Hummer?" I'm like, what are you talking about? Here's the thing. Now, IPS, are you aware that I was in Alaska since Wednesday recording the Midnight Sun in order to get information back to the flat earth community?
I saw the video I saw that video about the project. I didn't know you were already there, but yeah, definitely following this.
Okay, so seriously, you thought I was in the midst of covering for Rick Hummer? I wasn't thinking about Rick Hummer playing Rolan Reddy while I was trying to get my information together. While
I was thinking about you, Daryl.
Thanks, Rick. We did talk for a little bit while I was in Alaska. Okay, so look, I'm saying, and you told me about the situation. That's why I wanted to bring you on. And IPS is like, why are you covering for Rick Hummer? I'm like, dude, I'm not covering anything. You know what? You want to hear from Rick Hummer? I'll let you talk to Rick Hummer, and I'll sit here and use my platform, which I usually keep as drama free, for crying out loud, so we can address this mess, so we can squash it and move on.
Do you feel like you've done that? I mean, is there any other question? Like, he answered all the questions. Anybody who had any questions had them answered. I don't have any questions, and honestly, like I said, my opinions on the project are irrelevant. This is a very you make a big point about paranoia, and yeah, absolutely, it's huge. It's huge.
That's a good point. That's a good.
There's death threats. There's paranoia. There's shield spotting.
That's bad to be paranoid.
I don't call it paranoid. I call it cautious.
Well, vegan, I 100% agree with that wordage. Go ahead.
Well, I mean, it is necessary to be cautious.
I don't know why everyone keeps ignoring the fact that we have a mind-controlled media, a mind-controlled government. Masons run our country. And then we want to downplay it as, well, if anybody's a Mason, and, you know, they don't really, I mean, there's levels to them.
Who's the third one? Who's the third one, IPS? You listed Powerland, leveled out. And who's the third one?
That was a joke. That was a joke. He's leveled out. Listen, but I don't want to keep everybody up. I mean, is everything settled as far as, like, are we going to get anything else out of this conversation? You know, I don't think that it needs to carry on. I don't think there needs to be any animosity. I don't have any hard feelings.
No,
I'm not moving forward. I'm not going to talk
about for putting it out there. I listened to you guys hash it out for 2 hours before I even joined, because I wasn't even thinking about joining. You guys were just squawking, leveled out, and IPS were squawking at each other for an hour and a half.
Well, you know what? I'm glad I did, bro.
I'm glad
I did, bro, because I had somebody go after my wife like night before last and say some very derogatory things. And I
understand. Dredd comes on and he's like, "Yeah, I understand. The panels have definitely thinned out. I used to be what's that? Bro Sanchez, Big Dredd," and it's like, well, like people take wrenches a little too seriously. Apparently, you take wrenches a little bit too seriously. That's a bit strange. I guess a lesson learned here on this panel hangout that. Don't let power get to your head, and you'll learn clarity from that.
Yeah, I think. See, it's almost like because when I first ran across y'all new to this stuff, you know, about a year maybe. When I first stumbled across this community, I literally assumed that this community was perfect, and I know there's nothing perfect. But I mean, outside looking. And be perfect to me. And what is disheartening is to see that our main problems are coming from within, not outside. Yeah. I mean, we have outsiders, Snake, that we're in it, but it's like it's more infighting than outsiders fighting. Yep. The problem now, if we have infighting going on, that means there's a trip going on. from a lot of different individuals.
Yeah.
We have to push that shit aside. Our real truths are. And we really want to get the information out there. A lot of this shit, if you don't have undeniable that will blow us out of the water, gravity, huh? If you don't have that, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear assumptions. I don't want to hear nobody try to say, yo, I put this together, I put that. I don't want to hear it because you don't have to put nothing together. It should be on a platter. Here you go, Dredd. This guy's an agent. He's a shield. Here you go. And we need to, if you can't do that, man, we need to focus on getting the knowledge out there, teaching people and learn from one another and keep on pushing this information so we can wake everybody up, man. All this infighting need to stop, man. That's why when them people was telling me that Patricia, and I don't want to hear how y'all feel about these. I don't want to hear it, man. I just want to get the information out there. You know what's important to me? Not worrying about Patricia, but worrying about my children. Have kids we have to make sure they don't eat GMOs. We have to make sure they don't drink fluoride water. Do you really want to waste your time doing that, or do you want to spend your valuable time making sure your family and everybody else's children are safe out here? Y'all be out what we're gonna do, because at the end of the day, I found out that a lot of us is like, you know what? It might, let the media get hooked to this, and so I don't know, man. Y'all got me walking on eggshells because I thought the media was shields. So it's free. I really don't want to hear it. Either we shields, which is the media. So or we're not going to allow the media.
You're starting to break up just a tiny bit. Just a tiny bit. You're starting to break up.
Yeah, I can't hear him at all.
Damn, man. Hold on. All right, hold on, because I'm about to wrap.
The shield stuff.
Yeah, no, just a tiny bit. There's a tiny bit of.
Right now.
1 second.
Yeah, it was rough, man. I could barely.
Am I good right now?
Yeah, I think it's when you speak up, your mic cuts off. It's when you get loud. So if you're gonna get loud, just kind of lean back a little bit.
My voice carry. What back all the way up? Can y'all hear me? Y'all can still hear me?
Now we can. Yeah, just talk like that.
Talk like this. Okay, cool. What I'm saying is we need to focus on what matters, information out there. Now I know that some people think that is a good idea, but I thought the media was shields, the disinformation agents. We spend more time worrying about individual flat earth. We still allowing us. So I mean, are we all in, or we halfway in? So if we're gonna allow you see what I'm saying? Are we gonna allow the media to take coverage of the flat earth so it can reach out to other people?
That's exactly what they're trying to do. Exactly. Good point.
Right. What I'm saying is, which is the difference? What is the difference between a flat earth and the media? There isn't no. Then why are you worrying about the YouTubers? I say just focus on one. And I think that the truth will drown out the shields. The truth will drown out the snakes and will overshadow anything they try to do. Not break, bend, or shadow the truth, man. And I think that we should focus on the truth. That's it.
There you go. I agree.
1 second.
I have to comment on the fact that your voice was
just a second. I just wanted to hop on one more time. Say thank you to X-Tor Gaming. Says the Bible says, trust no man. I say, even less Mason. I'm not going to add anything to that. But I'm saying there's a whole concept. Never mind. Moving
Isn't
on.
there? Hey, let me ask you something.
One second. Hold on. You hold on a second. All right. Also, I'd like to say thank you. Thank you, Patricia. Says thank you for hosting this in your platform, because I normally don't do this drama stuff. We are all on the same team against the powers that should not be. Let's stay alert, but proceed to bust the liars and the globe together. I can dig it. That's what I'm about. I mean, y'all know I don't do that shill calling stuff, man. That's not my thing.
Hey, Daryl, have you ever heard me calling by a shill?
I don't believe so.
Have you ever heard me go after anybody?
No, Rick. I have not heard that.
Thank you. And I love you all.
Yeah. I'm saying, I'm like, hey, if we're all doing what we do, if nobody's causing any trouble, nobody's hurting anybody. Hey, let's continue, man.
Y'all gonna get mad at me because I don't understand what's wrong with calling somebody a shill.
No, I'm saying I'm not.
Let me tell you why I say that. Let me tell you why I say that. Our movement cannot be taken down from the outside. Our movement cannot be taken down from the outside. There is nothing NASA or the government can do to take over our movement. So if they're gonna take us down, they're gonna take us from the inside. And the inside brings you the whole concept of shills. Now, my problem with calling someone a shill is you shouldn't be calling someone a shill if there's no tangible evidence to show that they're shills. If there's tangible evidence to show that someone is shilling, we should be the first ones to call it out. And actually, in this whole case, listening to Level and IPS was right. Level was shilling. He was doing it for a project, but he was shilling. He was not transparent. He was not showing his true self, and IPS called him out on it. So in reality, I don't really know what's wrong with what IPS did to Level. I really don't. But Level has a good explanation on what he was doing. So really, it worked. The only people that's going to police flat Earth are flat earthers. Yeah. So if you're too afraid to call someone out as a shill, who the hell else is going to do it?
Exactly.
Well, and my point is this.
That's
the reason
true.
why you've never heard me call anybody that is because I'm too busy doing other things. I don't.
Well,
I
that's
don't
you.
sit and,
that's you.
Exactly.
If someone presents themselves that untruthfully, we should be able to call them out because we're supposed to be truthers anyway.
Okay, here's my question.
Yeah.
If I'm okay, do you guys ever put a radio advertising up before you put the billboard up? Have you ever said, be ready to look on I-40 for the next billboard that's going to come up? It's going to be Flat Earth, research Flat Earth on I-40 coming up next week. Do you guys buy radio billboards, like a 15-second intro, weather brought to you by the billboard coming up on I-40? Do you tell people what you're doing before you put the product out there, or do you bring the product to the surface?
Who the hell knows you're putting the product out there?
Exactly.
All IPS witnessed was you being not transparent.
No, you saw a guy talking to Neil deGrasse Tyson. That's all you saw.
Well, hold on. I want to say thank you, Jim.
I'm trying to play middle ground here, but both are right. He has the right to shill, but we also have the right to point out his shillery. So if we look at it that way, there is no conflict as long as you're willing to explain yourself, and you explained yourself, Level. So what's the big deal?
Right. I can dig that.
What's the big deal?
Okay. I can dig it.
You were shilling. You were not 100% about who you were. So you were shilling because that's what a shill is. Someone pushing themselves out there who are not being 100% truthful. And you were doing it for a project. So why are you defending that?
Well, he made a lot of money on it too.
What?
You made a lot of money on it too.
I made a lot of money.
No, not you, IPS.
Oh.
Well, for what?
Sorry, I just had to insert the truth there to fill in the details.
2 hours over nothing. You really
no, that's not true.
Okay.
Honestly, didn't hear all the stuff that was said, man. Sorry.
This was valuable. I think Leveled Out did us all a huge service here.
Listen, I don't have a problem with people making money off anything, but don't pretend to be a flat earther when you're not. That's it. Okay? Piss off.
Okay, wait. So I believe that we've pretty much rounded out this thing as far as Rick and IPS goes because
Good.
Rick was kind of undercover. Vegan kind of straightened this whole thing out. Rick, you kind of were undercover. You know,
That's
so
exactly what it was. That's exactly what it is.
Okay,
Right.
so you were undercover, so it did seem like you were shilling or trolling or whatever the heck you want to call it. IPS did call you on it because somebody ran back to him and said, "This is what's going on. It looks suspicious because this guy, you know, ended up talking to Neil deGrasse Tyson, but he was in a costume. Whoop-de-woo." Okay, you came on, you explained exactly what was going on. Now I believe we've come to a better understanding about what's going on with this whole situation.
At least
So
he on our side, so I don't even see why they.
There better not be any question of whose side I'm on, because I've
I see that I can see clearly that truth side. Let me put it like that. On the side of truth. So I think we don't need to jump the gun either, because what if somebody is trying to do something right? The gun and blow the cover of the individual and just completely mess everything up.
Thank you. That's exactly what happened with him. That's exactly what he did.
Well, we have to be careful now.
The whole point. That's exactly
It's
what
called
he did.
auto hoaxing. It's what we do. We see things in we see things.
Are you about
that's
flat
how
Earth, or are you about auto hoaxing?
All right.
No, it's both. It's
And
both. But that's how we
here's
are as a community, and you know this, and that's what happened.
Right. I'm
And
just
this is
saying,
the paranoia you spoke of. Like that's the paranoia you spoke of.
Okay.
But you're right.
I also know Freemasons.
We gotta cheer. We gotta cheer.
All right. So basically,
but it's all good.
So we're going to come to a conclusion about this when Rick gives all the information in 45 days at the Flat Earth Conference. It might be 44 days now, and we're slipping into midnight. But so Rick's going to give all the information as far as this whole thing goes at the conference in Canada. In a month and a half. So I mean, we'll hold until we draw, you know, the more information, so we can, you know, hold our conclusions for now. From what I understand, he's just approaching things from a different aspect.
I'm using the talent that I've been given, dude. I'm using the talent that I've been given to help out wherever I can, and on a very limited budget. I've gone all over the place. I've had my family life put on hold on so many different levels, and that's, you know, and there are plenty of people out there doing the exact same thing. I'm not asking for a pat on the back. What I am saying, all of this, be real careful who we listen to. Let's be real careful who we allow to influence us when we don't even know who they are half the time when we're watching their video. You don't sit down with this person and eat breakfast. You don't sit down and listen to their comments at lunch. You don't sit down and listen to their comments before they go to bed. You're only hearing them on their microphone and on their, you know, on their camera occasionally. You know, this is what my whole point is. If you're going to come out and say, this is what it is, this is what it is, and make those types of statements, and these were the statements that I'm talking about. When you start attacking somebody's wife that you don't know who the person is.
Oh wait. What are you alleging with that? I don't know any.
Wait. He's not saying that you personally attacked him, IPS. What he's saying is that because you used your platform to call Rick out on this thing, and I mean somebody took it further and threatened his wife, apparently.
I don't know about that. But anyway, that's not here or there. Let's not try to throw last minute smears in. Let's just stick to the facts here.
It's not a last minute smear.
No.
It wasn't even directed towards you, dude.
Right.
Well, I mean, but who's it directed towards
in general?
Okay, but I know what you mean. I got you. We got it.
Yeah, it's because, you know, the information that you put out caused someone to get triggered to a point to where they would threaten Rick Homer's wife, and I'm pretty sure.
Or just say I would tell you right now. I'll tell you right now, you know, whoever said it should actually probably apologize to my wife.
Right. I mean, that would be a stretch for them to actually come around and do that, because it takes.
They're not going to do it because of cowards.
No, they're not.
We'll find out who said it. We'll find out who said it, and we'll have them own the comment, just like Rick here owned the comments that he made to the people in his chat when he told them what he told them. Like, that's fine. We can do it. We can be accountable for what we say.
I did. Right? I told people better watch it. That's what I said. You better watch it.
That's what's up.
Watching. He's seeing everything that we do.
All right.
Okay, I got a question for IPS, if I could, real quick, Daryl.
If you got, is it the one in the chat from Muzzbuzz or
IPS, clear up the situation that you accuse Karen B of making death threats.
I didn't accuse her of making death threats. I received a death threat about this situation here, and she was named in it. It comes from the Flat Earth Collective, and I don't know who's in it. The Flat Earth Collective claims to have 4 or 5 people that I know, and I don't know, but this is part of an open investigation. And if you want to know more about it, I did send the name of the investigator from the Albuquerque FBI field office who has all of the emails from the Flat Earth Collective, all of their threats, attempted extortion, and this latest threat about this particular event. 2 death threats in 12 hours. I went down to the FBI, I have a police report, I have the case number, I forwarded all that information. So I have nothing to apologize for. They were implicated in a death threat, and I think they should know about it.
All right, just a second.
Okay, so that was Karen's B name brought up.
Right. Well,
her name was brought up in the email from the collective, and it said, leave this Rick Hummer thing alone. You're gonna die if you don't. Blah blah blah. Signed KB and Company. No, I have it.
No,
hey,
no.
I gave you the FBI agent's badge number. You can call them up and you can ask about this case. I gave them your number and I said, hey, look, this is the guy whose name is on the death threat from the collective. They've been emailing me for 9 months. I opened this case back in November, so
IPS.
I didn't accuse anybody. These names were on the death threat. Have you ever received a death threat?
See what happens. See what happens when you jump the gun, man. Jeez.
Well. Here, hold on. Here's what I'm saying.
If it's a death threat, it's a death threat.
A death threat is a death threat, and it's not cool.
Yeah, that's
I get
it's
it.
not cool, and everybody's minimizing it. But it was a death threat. 2 in a row.
It sucks.
It sucks. It really does, and it's really unnerving. And I thought it was relevant to the fact that right after I talked about this thing, I'm getting death threats.
Yeah,
and that really unnerves me. All right.
Now here, hold on. Let us consider also the option or the possibility that somebody could just be calling themselves the Flat Earth Collective and they have nothing to do with Flat Earth. Do we not know that there are paid agents to set up accounts to troll us? Do we not know that? Do we think it just stops at comments on a YouTube video or trolls jumping in chats talking nonsense? No. Chances are they're just screwing with you for whatever reason, man. And then it could be the same trolls just calling themselves the Flat Earth Collective who are constantly dedicated to trolling you for whatever reason. Who said, okay, so here's a situation right now. He's
DMARBLE. I have a pretty good idea of who 3 of them are. We've named them. So this isn't some matter of conjecture. It's a pending. I'm not even comfortable discussing it really here, but if you feel like you have a compelling interest in it, you're welcome to call.
This is the perfect place to
right.
talk.
It's like
right.
You ever seen a really good movie and they fucked it up right at the end of it? It's like that's what's going on right now. Like it was all good, and like we about to wrap up the show.
Right.
Don't fuck up the movie, guys. Let's not fuck up the movie. I mean, I'm sorry for fucking up the movie.
Hey, but you know what? Can I share something that I've noticed? Both parties are claiming threats. Have y'all noticed that?
There you go. That's what I'm saying.
Parties. So IPS is claiming a threat, and
I never said that anybody threatened my wife. I never said that. I didn't say that anybody threatened my wife.
Oh, no one threatened your wife?
No, it's how they spoke to her.
Oh, okay.
It's what they addressed. My wife came in on the chat room and said Rick Hummer wasn't I don't know exactly how it was, but she told me that she said Rick Hummer was not out to deceive anybody. And somebody came on there and said, "Fuck you, Tabitha." Excuse my language. And then they said a couple other things. Who the hell is this? This and that. Blah, they related to her, this and that. It was so, dude, the whole thing was just bad. It was bad. I mean, the whole thing was.
Dude, I went to a Flat Earth meetup, right? I went to a Flat Earth meetup. Y'all remember the one they had in Jacksonville, right? I took a picture with a Flat Earther, and I got a gay lover. Like, these people would say literally. I went to a Flat Earth meetup with my daughter in Jacksonville, Florida. And I took a picture with a Flat Earther that was at the meetup. A regular picture, posted. It's still on my phone making videos. Oh yeah, Dredd is a homosexual and he's gay. Do your wife know? They even put it in the title of the video. Dude, he has a gay lover. A picture of me with the Flat Earther.
Right.
Like, come on, we have to stop. We cannot let people come and disrupt what we got. If we was doing something wrong, it would be happening to us, right? Like, let's keep it real. If we wasn't doing something right, this stuff wouldn't be happening. If we was doing it wrong, man, they would be laughing at us. They wouldn't care about what we did.
Well, there's only one person on this panel that turned their back on me.
Because what we're doing is so powerful, and it's the truth, they're going to come after us any kind of way. They're trying to force us to eat each other from within. They want us to go after each other. They're gonna spit the bug in our ear, and we sit back and enjoy ourselves. We got to be better than that. We're smarter than this. All of us. I don't care who are. We are all are. Come on now. We're smarter than that. We're smart enough to know that we're being lied to. So
I'm with you, brother.
Like
I'm with you 100%. It's 2:30 in the morning here where I'm at. I got to get flying here. This is the way I'm going to end this. I listened to somebody speak about me for 7 hours. I think it was 7. I didn't listen to it, but I saw that the timestamp said that many minutes, that many hours. Here's what I will say, guys. This is it. The bottom line is this. There were things that were said that were not true. There were facts that were not checked. There was a lack of research. A lot of chaos came out of this. And what I will tell you is there is a group of people that take oaths that will say that, or that believe in order out of chaos. Order out of chaos. Order out of chaos. I don't subscribe to that. I don't have time to nitpick everybody's YouTube videos. I don't have time to go do what some of the other guys do. And I understand it's good to call a shill if a shill is a shill. And the definition of a shill is an accomplice of a hawker, gambler, or swindler who acts as an enthusiastic customer to entice or encourage others, or act as, or work as a shill. That's what a shill means. So if we're going to actually sit here and back and go, okay, if I'm going to police shills, if I'm going to police the internet, if I'm going to start making name calling my practice, which seems like that could quite possibly be part of a habit or a pattern here, all I'm going to say is, and it's exactly what I said before in the text, I want nothing to do with it. I'm busy going out and doing what I can. I'm going out. I've been busy with FE Core. I've been busy with getting stuff ready for other conferences that I'm going to be going to. I've been trying to shoot this and finish it and edit it. We had a 3 terabyte hard drive get dropped. We lost a lot of the stuff that we had in there. We're reshooting it. The beautiful thing is everything happens for a reason. And I hope every ear that's hearing this understands that, listen, none of us are walking a perfect walk. None of us will ever do that. None of us. But what we can do is be sure that when we take our next step, we either learn from what just happened when we tripped, or we make the same mistakes over and over again. And what I will say is there was a mistake made. There was a gun jumped. I understand you're wanting to look at it from that standpoint, but it didn't have to go down this road. And it shouldn't have gone down this road if you're a responsible researcher. And to make the accusations that Rick Hummer stole any idea from somebody else is absolutely absurd. And to say that I would have ever taken the attention, trying to take the attention off of somebody else trying to do a stunt because you paid money to put a sign on there or whatever, man, that's okay, that's fine if you want to believe that. But once again, check your facts first. Otherwise, you're just somebody loose-lipped, talking smack, gossiping, and it's not a good thing to be doing. And it it serves no purpose in this community at all. And instead of going down that road and somebody saying, well, I tried calling, I tried doing this, I tried doing that. And just because somebody doesn't get back to you within 24 hours does not say, well, this guy's trying to hide something. It's time to go.
Man, that's real. Hold up. Let me chime in. Dude, come on now. Let's consider at this point how many people might very well be trying to get in contact with us on these different platforms. I mean, look, somebody could haul off and call me a shill for not getting back to them immediately. I got to go through comments on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. I have my own website where people are sending me emails talking craziness. What if I can't get back to everybody because I'm doing something? What if I'm busy?
You know,
what if I got?
What Daryl, you know how many people ask me if I how to get a hold of you?
Shame on you.
That means you're a shill because you don't get back to everybody. Like seriously?
Yeah. Well, here's the other thing. Hey, wait. How many of y'all been getting phone calls from different area codes where when you answer, they say, "Don't hang up. Your car warranty is about to expire."
Oh.
Or somebody calling with a crazy dialect going, hello, this is the IRS calling you. You are behind. Local police are going to come get you. Give us your number of Social Security services, blah, blah, blah. I mean, how many of you get this one? Is your college loan holding you down? I mean, do you realize how many cell phone calls or phone numbers I get calling my phone a day?
Yeah,
because I'm the guy that when they call, instead of hitting 2 so you don't get the call back, because that doesn't work anyway. Neither does the number 7, neither does the number 1, neither does the number 5. I've tried all of them. So what I started doing was, because I got tired of my phone ringing, because I come from the background of having fun and liking to try and do things in an entertaining way, maybe just entertaining myself. I made the mistake of actually messing with one of those guys once. And I messed with the guy, and before I knew it, my phone didn't quit ringing for like 5 hours.
All right.
Do you see what I'm saying? So I don't answer my calls on people I don't know. And because I don't, and nobody left me a voicemail either. And nobody sent me a text. If you had my phone number and tried calling me, why didn't you send me a text? Why didn't you send me a text? Do your thumbs not work? I mean, that's what it comes down to, man.
So
that's what it all comes down to.
Say something.
Oh, right, and we can dig that. If you see something, say something. But here's the thing: instead of making a video calling somebody this or bringing accusations against somebody, how about we pretend to be adults here and actually go to each other one-on-one, and give the person a couple of days at least, because we can't always get right back to somebody. Give them 72 hours at least before you sit here and make a video and say. Yeah.
Well, hey, you're ignoring the fact that the commenters in his video spent 6 months asking, and they've been deflected and gaslit the whole time. That's what we're talking about. People have been asking. They've never been answered. So
hold on a second. Hold on a second.
Wait a minute. So this is something that Rick's been kind of trying to keep under wraps because he's looking.
He explained it. Listen, D, we got it. Yeah. We're done. Okay. Like he explained it. Like I explained this point. He made himself clear on all points. Like we don't need to relitigate it. He made himself clear. But that's where we were coming from, right?
So how long ago did he do this?
That's what's up. I mean,
pretty long time ago. Pretty long time ago.
I thought this was like yesterday.
No, this is a long time ago.
Oh man, we arguing about some old shit.
Some old stuff.
Oh,
I'm saying, look, this was supposed to be a celebration. Come on, man.
Hey, what's up with the footage?
That's why I have you put the video together. You squashed a lot of it. Marvel is so like down. He on the show list. DMARBLE has gained so much respect in the subgenius's eyes. I just want to throw that out there.
I appreciate that.
What's up with the footage though?
Oh, Dre.
I want to see the video.
Oh man, look. I want to pull it up again.
I want to see leveled out Shillery.
Right. I'm saying
no. I'm talking about when that's gonna be. Did you drop it?
Oh yeah, no. I did a presentation earlier with the video of the sun making a 360 over our heads. Man, it was dope.
Okay, I gotta check that out.
Yeah. I put it in the last hangout I did. Did it like in the first 10 minutes or so. But yeah, check it out, man. We got to the spot. I actually did 2 24-hour time lapses. The first one, kind of looking at that as lessons learned, trial and error, and all that. There were some mistakes made, and then halfway through the day, like the last 8-9 hours, the sky was completely covered and we couldn't really track the sun, but it'll probably still come out nice anyway. So I may put that one together and put that one up later for the community to see. But yeah, I mean the first time around, the first day from the 20th to the 21st, that whole time lapse, man, yeah, that wasn't that clean. It wasn't that clean. I won't lie. I was taking the pictures like every hour, but it'll be instead of like taking one at 1 p.m., it'll be like 1:08. Like I forgot the alarm went off. I was trying to do this, but we were in the mode. We were in the zone the second day, and everything came out real clean. I was taking my pictures every hour on the hour of the sun, and I mean it came out pretty good. And I was able to show that the sun does make a 360 above the North Pole. Now, as to whether or not that substantiates the AE map, the thing is that could the discrepancies with the AE map concerning the sun. That couldn't so much be about whether or not the sun makes a circle now, but that what the heck did Rick? How are you taking over my screen? What are you doing?
I don't know, man. I'm hitting a button on my phone trying to take a picture.
Okay, all right. So what had happened was, so
I'm trying to take a picture.
So
Sorry.
what happened, Dred, was we I'm gonna put the camera on me. Here we go. All right, so what happened, man? It was like yeah, the second day we had things a little better dialed in. I think what I come out with is gonna be a good product. And even the video that we did on the first day, that could probably be beneficial to the community, but because it shows also that the sun didn't really go out of view. Here, let me do a screen share. Let me show you part of what we got on the first day. It's dope. Just a sec.
But yeah, man, this is what we need to be. That good stuff.
Not that one. Hold on. Let me find.
I'm still tripping on how it was 10 o'clock at night, bro. And it was like,
yeah, that was.
It looked like 1 o'clock. Oh.
All right, so here, check this out. This is from the first night, and I had kind of zoomed in. It's like we were watching the sun go across the sky at a distance, but it's like the sun never really went down because Dave DITRH, he was like, hey, zoom in a little bit so you can see if the sun really went down, and the sun really didn't go down. It just kind of dipped behind the horizon for a little bit, halfway, and then just came right back. You see? Crazy, right?
Yeah.
And then came right back up the hill, came back around, right? And that was so from that first day of research, we were able to get an idea of what the sun's path was going to be for the second day. And I'll say we nailed it on the second one, man.
Beautiful.
I think we nailed it on the second. I think we nailed it on the second one. So one more time. So there was that, and you didn't see the other one. All right, once more. I know there's gonna be some folks like, come on, man, you already showed it. I know.
Come on, man, we already said it. Dred didn't see it, okay?
Right. Hold on.
Hey, Daryl, you know we got that video. I sent you that video that we got from the plane, right, when we were coming into Chicago?
No, I don't think so. The one with the crazy chemtrails and all that.
Remember when we were above the clouds, we could see the sun, and then when we went down into the clouds coming into Chicago, you remember like how we could see the rays?
Yeah.
So it shows that what I'm saying is you've got two really, really good videos for evidence of the sun and what it's doing.
Right.
Because I don't know if anybody that's got video of being up in the sun above the clouds and coming down and catching the rays that we caught those rays, man.
That's what's up. One more time, Dred. So
I gotta get that video to you, man.
Dred. So what we're seeing now, I did a 360 from a known point. See, I use this pole right here to say this is where we're starting at, and I just took my camera and just did it manual 360, showing okay, this is the terrain, there's the tree line. Okay, from the day before we were like, all right, the sun's gonna dip behind those hills back there, and then it's gonna come back up, just like we said, and that's the known point. So then I started doing the time lapse, showing the sun around here. I know everybody's tired of seeing this thing, but hey, this is gonna be good. Yeah, you're gonna see it again. So look, we had to put this little tree up here. We used rocks to prop it up, right? That's where I was talking to you the other day. I was standing next to this thing, so I had to keep moving the camera and then do a short video, and then I turn the time lapse back on, showing where the sun's going. All right, little sound, and there's a couple videos on here I didn't take the sound from. So the sun's going down over this tree line like it was, only because we had went a few hours south of where we were the first time. So that's when the sun went off in the distance from that first day. You remember what I just showed you?
Yeah.
So that was off in the distance. Boom, boom, boom. You can see me and Chris moving the car around and going to these different places, trying to get adjusted and get away from the mosquitoes and things. And then you see the sun went behind the hills, came back over, and then we get back to the starting point. Just a second. Boom, you see the sun going through the sky once again, and I bring it back to, there's the pole. 360, right?
Great job, bro.
Thank you.
Nice.
Great job.
Nice.
All right, Daryl.
Way to put it out there, man.
Yeah. Hey, Daryl, I want to add for all the viewers, I did check the video. I checked the angles from Florida and the compass headings from Florida to Alaska. I could not get this to work on the globe. Where they were showing the sun and location, the sun should have been in Saudi Arabia. It wasn't. It was over Africa, in the middle of Africa. So globe-wise, what their experiment globe-wise did not work. When I took the azimuthal equidistance projection map, the projection from center point matched exactly the positions from Florida and Alaska.
Wow.
Right.
The AMAP. Now, I'm not saying I support the AMAP. I don't. But what I will say is the observation is real, and it's a big win. If you are a Navy supporter, big win.
Yep.
This is what I'm talking about.
So,
Bam.
So I'm gonna put it up there, and Mike, if you want to put a video together breaking that.
Yeah, I'm going to do that. I'll probably chop some of the hangout we did and shorten it up. Yeah.
Cool. So I'll get that up in the next 48 hours or so.
And celebrate truth. Say pick up all your videos. I have to agree with that.
He said what?
Have a backup.
Backup for his videos and stuff.
Yeah. I'll be ask questions. Chris is in the chat saying, am I going to put up the behind the scenes stuff? Hey, I might, man. But that's what it is. Look, so here's the thing. Mike, I'm going to have that video up. You want to dissect it. You were part of the group. We were feeding you in the information. You were doing your research and all that with the numbers. If you and Ron want to get together and chop that up however you want and just put a video together explaining how that does not work on a globe, by all means, yes, please do that. It's all for the community, man.
You guys want me to dress up as Rolan Reddy and commentate it? I'm kidding. I'm totally kidding. Daryl.
Yeah, I'll let you talk to them about that.
I'm Rolan Reddy on my channel.
Good Lord. I'm gonna wear Daisy Dukes, so don't say yeah.
All right, we're gonna go. Oh, that's a no. Okay, all right, you're cut off. You're cut off, Rick. You're cut off. so yeah. For the community, guys, we're gonna go ahead and put the information together. I'm gonna put that video up in the next couple of days. Like I said, Mike and Ron, they're gonna break that thing down one way or another, and I'll be mirroring whatever you come up with, Mike. Appreciate you, man.
All right, I appreciate your work. You did all the work, so mosquito bit and all.
Oh yeah. You look. You can probably see. Hold on. Wait, let me get back on here. You see this knot right here? This knot. One of those mosquitoes caught me on the head right here. Okay, I'm out here getting bit up by mosquitoes for y'all, man. No, but it's all good. It's all good.
That's a pimple, man. I know what that was.
That's not a pimple.
That's from eating gas station food in Alaska, man. Don't lie.
Nah, man. We hit Fred Meyer. Okay,
he's eating elf like Joe Rogan.
It's all good. It's all good though. We're just trying
IPS, I'm glad to talk with you, sir. Awesome. I have lost some Christian flat earthers over you when they make bad videos about you, but I appreciate what you have done. So
thanks, likewise, and I'm happy to speak to any of them. I don't have any problems with it, and I'm happy to learn. I don't think that since somebody investigated something, they should be just considered to be sold out to the other side or whatever.
Right.
No.
All right. All right. Peace on the plane, folks.
It's all good.
That's what this is about. All right.
IPS, I love you, bro. I love the work you're doing. Just please next time get a hold of me first before you do something like that. Man to man. Man to man. All right. My address is IPS. Everybody knows who I am. So there you go.
Yep, IPS. The SubGenii and JR Bob Dobbs, they accept your apology. I realize you didn't mean any harm. And we'll see hopefully in the Flat Earth future. And you won't misrepresent Bob or the Flat Earth.
Yeah, I'll leave him out of it. And we're talking about Bob Dobbs, by the way. All right. Take care.
All right. Later, IPS. Hey, thank you for coming on. Glad we can all clear this stuff up, man. Let's try to keep the peace, keep the pedal to the metal, exposing NASA and all the fakes out there, taking the taxpayers' money, breaking some balls, doing what we do out here. All right, folks. Let's go ahead and wrap this thing up. Sorry, Muzzbuzz. We'll get to your question a little bit later. But yeah, it's getting late. People got to get to bed. Folks got jobs, including myself. So it is what it is. Any closing remarks, fellows on the panel?
I'm just thanks for doing this, man. Thanks for dragging me into this, Daryl. I'm just kidding. Totally kidding. I'm glad I was able to say what I had to say, man. I'm glad I was able to just, put it out there. And the only thing that like I said, the only thing that I wanted to do tonight was come here to my office, get some work done. And I jumped on here with you because I love you and I want the truth to be known. And honest to God, there's nothing nefarious going on. And people jump the gun. That's the bottom line. They jump the gun without talking to the source first. And my gosh, man, I mean, I've been around long enough in this whole thing. You don't think that somebody should have actually gotten a hold of me first?
Yeah.
I mean, for real. Really? I mean, is it really? I mean, how many movies have we all watched that you think that the guy that's emceeing is actually going to sit here and bring up a character that's from the same hometown that he's from? I mean, this is silly. Yeah. The whole thing was silly. But I'm glad it's done. Like I said, I hope people learn from it. That's the bottom line.
I certainly hope so. So if there's any questions that are out there as far as someone being some sort of shill or agent or doing something weird, I mean, let's just go to the person and ask them about it instead of, oh, look at that. I mean, come on, we don't need that. But we all learned our lessons here, and that's what it is, man. Let's be adults about this thing. And anybody not willing to pop up and have the discussion, then I don't know, that might be somebody that we need to be given a sort of suspicious eye to. IPS was willing to come over and have a chat. Rick was willing to come over and have a chat. I'd like to think that we're good for now. Rick, we'll see what you got as far as the Rolan Reddy situation.
Just say a prayer. Just say a prayer that everything gets done, man. There's no time schedule. I had people that were trying to push me to, put a date on it. I'm like, no, that happened the first time, and I should have known better than to do that. It just sucks that we lost a lot what we did. But like I said, there's new stuff that's developed. There's even better stuff that's developed. And I believe that everything happened for a reason. So everything's going to work for the greater goodness.
Hey, Rick, would you consider having your character meet with Mad Mike as a
Mad Mike? Red, dude, I'd love to have him in the thing. That'd be awesome if he wants to. Now that everything's happened, obviously, I had no idea, dude. I had no idea who the guy was. Honestly, I've never heard of him.
I'll pass his number on to you. I'll have him call you because he's out busy working on a movie. But Rolan Reddy and Mad Mike would be hilarious.
Well, there's some big surprises coming too with this character, man. And it's, people can say what they want about the goofy character, but the storyline is what I hope people understand. And I hope that they can use it as a tool to, put it in front of people that have never even considered flat Earth. That there will be questions unanswered for the typical viewer going, wait a second, what? There's this, and this, and this. What? So that's how I'm gonna leave it, because I don't want to give too much of it away, and I'm not gonna give everything away at the conference either. I'm not gonna give, why would I sit there and go, well, here's what the story is, and this is what's going on here, and frame 2. I'm not gonna do all that. It's gonna be, basically an announcement, which is kind of somewhat happened here, but it's not the real announcement, and it's not exactly everything. So yeah, but if you want to get me in touch with Mad Mike, dude, I'd be more than happy to talk to him. And if there's anybody out there, honestly, if there's anybody out there that that has a talent, that has a desire to do stuff, I tell people, use it. Use whatever you've been given to expose the enemy. Use it, but do it wisely. Do it wisely, and don't do it to where you might set somebody up to get hurt in any way, shape, or form. This was definitely a learning experience, I hope, for some people, and that's all across the board, even people in chat rooms. I mean, like I said, I will tell you this: it was actually really fun dressing up as Rolan Reddy, walking around in a NASA coat at a flat Earth convention. Being able to get the video that I got and have the great conversations I had with some of the people that were there, and anybody listening, whether it's right now live or later, if you were actually speaking to Rolan Reddy, thank you for your time, because even I will say this, in the video, there's a time where Rolan actually speaks to somebody well known and says, I can tell you this: people of flat Earth are mean. People of globe Earth are mean. People of flat Earth are sweethearts, or they're really nice. Because everybody that talked to Rolan, except for Karen B, I'm just kidding. She did not. You should have seen the looks that she shot me, and she had no idea, which was actually hilarious. But at the time, But I will say this, that everybody that was there at that conference, and I mean everybody, treated that character like gold. They answered every question. They were very patient. They were very, I kept having a guy trying to buy me drinks. And I'm like, no, it's cool, man. And it was just one of those things where, you know, when you see the final product, don't judge the book by the cover. That's all I say. Yeah, it's a goofy character. Great. It's not me. It's not Rick Hummer. It's a character. And there's a storyline. And I hope that it's well received in the fact that it's useful. That's the whole reason. You know, that's why I'm doing it. I want to try and help people understand this stuff, and there's different ways of going about it. And Daryl, what you did with this test, man, I can't wait to see the end results of this. You know, when the next billboards go up, I can't wait to see the next results. When the media is at the next conference, I can't wait to see the results. You know, it's been an exciting run, guys. 5 years ago, I don't know if any of you guys were filers. There's 5 years ago, but you know, if you look back and you think, where would I have, you know, if somebody would have said you're going to be doing this in 5 years, most of us, I guarantee you, 99.9% of us would probably have said, "You're out for your rocker. There ain't no way."
Yep.
You know, there ain't no way.
Man. Good Lord.
DMARBLE, you called for last words, right? Let me give you mine so I can get out of there.
Yep.
All righty.
After listening to this discussion, I kind of feel like I've been deceived. I'm thinking this issue is an issue that is recent, and I'm finding out that it's not recent. So that means the video has been up for an extended period of time. Now, my question to level it out would be, has anyone before IPS confronted you about playing that character? And if so, how did you actually handle it?
Oh, man, that's a great question. Nobody has ever asked if Rick Hummer is Rolan Reddy. Nobody ever asked that.
Okay.
And if they did, Mark, Zulu 1, that I think everybody knows he's kind of connected to Sergeant. I'm grabbing something out of the fridge. I got something. He caught on to it at the conference. I actually have it on video where he goes, "Wait a second." He leans in, and I start laughing to where the teeth almost came out.
Okay.
So I told him right away, and the only other person that he went and told, and I told him, tell Karen, because I didn't want anyone to cause a scene. Like, you should just leave here. You know, it was really late at night when he popped up, and there was people drinking, and you know, it can be a dangerous combination.
So nobody online, anything?
No, never.
Commented.
No, man. They all thought it was Pete Santillo.
IPS was the first one to actually approach you about it.
He never approached me about it. He started making videos.
Okay.
That's all.
So that was the first time you heard it, when you seen his videos?
Well, yeah, the phone call that came in, I think it was, or not the phone call, but the text message.
Okay. All right.
So yeah, that was the first. That was it.
Okay, so you were aware of a few people knowing, but not IPS.
Right, because there are people in the flat Earth community that have known that I've been doing this character. I mean, from the very beginning. Hey, here's my idea. This is what I'm thinking. Oh, that's a great idea. Yeah, and I'm not gonna tell. Obviously, I'm not gonna tell everything, but yeah, here's the thing. It's gonna be the first production about somebody waking up.
Right.
And everyone's going to think this guy's an idiot without even knowing what his character is. Nobody knows what this guy's the character's IQ level is. Right. They're just looking at how he looks and judging them.
But IPS is telling you that there was multiple people talking about it behind the scenes before you made the videos, right?
I had no idea about that. I think he said that people came to him. That's how it all started. That's what he said.
How long ago was that?
I have no idea.
When was his first videos going up against you?
I don't know the exact night, but I think it was just here in the last 4 or 5 days, I think.
Okay, that's why it's a hot issue. Okay, yeah. I was just trying to understand why it's a hot issue.
That's what I was thinking. Like, what's the big news here? What's the groundbreaking? And then the more I listened, I'm going, these guys are making stuff up in their minds.
Right.
You know, they're making stuff up in their minds. And then my wife, I didn't know she was listening. I was like I said, she was listening to this. I think it was the second night, and she typed something in the chat room or something, or and her name's on there. It says Tabitha Hummer.
Wait, Rick, did somebody do you know who the guy from the Red Bull jump is? I think his name is Baumgarten.
Oh,
Felix Baumgartner?
Yeah,
Baumgartner?
Yeah, do you know who he is?
Yeah. Well, who? Yeah. I don't know him, but I mean, I know I'm familiar with that jump. Yeah, it was kind of funny because that's the same jump where the fisheye lens really came into hand.
Yes, that one was huge. That's right. Yeah, it was that video and Jaron actually where I learned about fisheye lenses and how I had just passively accepted that to be the ball Earth, and that's just like Planet New Mexico. But anyway. One of the reasons I think I was kind of triggered by this thing is that I asked, was this a mockery of Mike or whatever, which, it wasn't. I understand that now. But I was told, no, it was a satire on Felix Baumgarten. And I thought that was, way off. And so I felt like I was being... you see? And so
Yeah, because there's... I don't want to give too much away. Because there's...
Yeah, don't give anything else away.
Yes,
don't give anything else away. You piqued our interest. I think it's a cool project. It's regrettable, but this happened, but it happened and it's over.
Now, wait a second. Earlier you said it wasn't a cool project.
Yeah, but
I'm just kidding.
I'm
kidding. I was kidding.
You've outlined it. I understand your angle.
I was kidding, guys. Come on.
You pull it off. I think you will. I think that you'll probably get more interest out of it because of this.
No, I'm sure. Especially when what we should do is meet up sometime and just give a big old hug and this and that when you hand me your identification and show who you are.
Rick, come on. All right. I'm cutting this stream. God dang it, Rick. Come on, man.
I'm kidding.
Trying to wrap this up.
Let me have some fun. I'm just having fun. My gosh, relax.
No, I know it's like 2:30 in the morning. You're getting loopy. Okay, just a little bit. I got a CDL class this week, man.
Dang
I gotta go to bed. All right.
So you've been driving illegally?
No, dude.
I'm kidding, bro.
Rick, man, you play too much. All
right,
man. No doubt. All right, so I got to be at the spot at 6 in the morning, man. I'm only gonna get a few hours of sleep. I'm not gonna have time to get up and go to the gym because I'm gonna be all sluggish.
Yeah, no, you guys, thank you for your time. I really do. And IPS, I'm, like I said, man, I'm no grudge or nothing like that. And whoever said that in the chat room earlier, let no man deceive you. I stand behind that 1,000%. Let no man deceive you. And,
cool.
And no matter who it is, especially 4-letter agencies. So, yeah.
I think we're all good, and we can close this thing off by once again, Mr. Popzilla, Flat Earth Army represent. That's right. Love it. This is what we do. Is it flat? Can we all agree that the Earth is flat? Can we all? Everybody
we know that. We know that. Yes.
Can I get word from everybody on the panel? Can we continue to work towards getting the not even everybody? We just need a good percentage of the world to wake up to this thing, and we're going to have to force the hands of those in charge currently.
Oh, look, come on, man!
Disclose.
You don't think that they had this scheduled to launch Space Force 3 years ago?
Oh, they might have. Oh, yeah. We are forcing them to come up with some stuff prematurely. I'm sure about it. So let's just keep doing what we do. People are going to start waking up like Space Force. What do you think this is? Starship Troopers? Nah, man.
Did you guys see the video yet? Did you see the music video that somebody made?
Nah, not yet, Rick. Need you to stop hijacking me while I'm trying to cut this off, though.
Shut up, Rick. Shut up.
Yeah, basically, I'm more polite than that. But hey, like to thank everybody for joining me on the panel, man. I do hope that everything got cleared up for the most part. That the air is a little more clear. Let's try to instill this new idea that if we got an issue with somebody, we have questions for someone, get in contact with them and ask them the question one-on-one. Like adults here, we all have social media. We all put our information out here. If you want to get in contact with somebody, you can do it. But before we start, throwing out accusations and causing other things to go on, let's just try to be more responsible than that. So that's all I got. That's DMARBLE's closing remarks. I'm about to go to bed, man.
Good night, y'all.
Has a fantastic night. Much love to everybody in the chat. Much appreciation to the fellows on the panel.
Appreciate you having me.
Hey, it's all good. It's all good, brother. Appreciate everybody, man. As always, be good to each other. Take care of yourself. Stay flat. See y'all next time.
Peace.
Peace.
It means unlearned. That's all.
All right. So we're on. I believe, yeah, we're live.